LadyChann rep nonetheless, and welcome to Come Box with Chan. It's the weekly wrap-up show. I've always got these stupid songs, haven't I? Some little stupid tunes. Man, I had to take a nap, a real quick nap. Damn. Yeah, a bitch be tired. Bitch be tired. Bitch be working me hard. So, yeah. So this, we will be covering what's going on, what's been happening in the world of the sport that we love. Obviously, couple of fights at the weekend, but you know, it's Canelo v Plant. So can Canelo beat Plant? Can Plant beat Canelo? Can Plant really do it? Because I'm seeing all of this is that, oh, Plant's come to create, to pull off an upset. Well, I'm telling you, if he beats him, if Plant beats Canelo, it's not upset of the month, the year. I think it would be upset of the century, don't you guys think? Let me say hello to everybody. We got Paul Evans in the building. We got Charlo in the building. What up, Charlo? What up, Paul? We've got Lisa Bales in the building. We got AJ Fanboy in the building. Oh, Lisa. We got a super chat. We got a super sticker, $5 super sticker. Thank you so much, sis. Sis supports the sis. Thank you, sis. Massively appreciated. Muy apreciada. Okay, so let you all trickle in. Dig it out again in there. Okay, so hang on. So I'm introducing, introducing, Lisa Bells in the bill. What up, sis? Thanks for the $5 super sticker. Massively appreciated.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Now, what is a super sticker? Is that the same as a super chat?
Yeah, it's just but it just doesn't have a message attached to it. You can sometimes
Oh,
pick
okay.
emojis that will be attached to it, or this super stickers are just literally a sticker. Just like, here you
Oh,
go.
okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
so
it was
thanks for
cool.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for that,
you're welcome.
sis. Massively appreciated.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
We're waiting for some of the other troops. We are so,
Mhm.
sis. Hang on. What do you think about this fight? Let's just go. Where do you think about this fight? Can there be an upset?
Um, Listen, in boxing, anything can happen. I've seen it throughout my life. Um, you just don't know. But I'm looking at the eye test and the pedigree,
Mm-hmm.
um the fights that Canelo has had. My eye test tells me that Canelo will win. I'm not saying that Plant is not a good fighter. I think he's a great boxer. Well, I don't know if he's a great boxer yet, but he's a pretty good boxer. But
Mm-hmm.
I go by Canelo been fighting for a long time. He's 60. What is he?
Sorry.
60 fights in already?
Yeah. I think he's either 60 or just shy of 60.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
and he's had preparation. He's probably seen a few Caleb Plants. I mean, he's been in there with the master, Floyd, even though he didn't win. He's been in there with some great boxers.
Yeah.
What's the other guy's name that Canelo fought? He was a great boxer. He was a lefty. Austin Trout is a
Lara.
great boxer. No,
Lara.
Laura also, but so is Austin Trout. He's a great
Yeah.
boxer too.
Yeah.
So, and I know um Plant is not a lefty, but I'm just saying, I've seen him in there with some pretty good competition,
Yeah.
Canelo. So the best person that I see that Plant has fought was Jose Uskateski.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Yeah.
fought. He didn't fight. That's how he got his belt. He didn't fight. Benavidez yet, so he's had very
Limited
his
experience
yeah, as far as
level.
you know, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh well,
But I don't think he's coming in there to lay down. I really think he's gonna come in there.
come to fight. Yeah. That's what I've
Yeah,
been saying
yeah.
to people. He ain't come to lay down, he's come to fight. Hang on, let me just
Mhm,
introduce another troop. I'm
mhm.
introducing, do, 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 introducing, do, 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 introducing. Kenny, Kenny, there
Hello,
you
everyone.
are. Kenny, Kenny, ding, 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 ding,
How
ding,
are you?
ding,
I hope you're good.
ding.
Hey,
Hey,
What's
Kenny.
up, Kenny Ken?
I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm
What's up?
sorry. I didn't realise you started because
I
I
know,
didn't
I'm
realise you.
usually late. That's why I
Yeah,
started
I
on
know.
time
That's. I
today.
didn't realise you started on time. What have I
Yeah, I
missed?
started on time. Nothing, to be fair. Not really. Me and
Are
Lisa
you
just been
introducing
chopping it
more
up.
people?
Yeah, there's going to be some. Well, someone tried that's new to this. Thought they've come in with Skype, and I'm like, no, it's not Skype. You got to use
No,
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
So I got to
Skype don't
see them.
exist no more. Skype. Skype.
Oh, I
Skype.
use. I have to use Skype on another platform that I'm on. They only use Skype, so they probably
Oh,
thought
right.
Skype was the thing. I know I haven't used Skype in years before all of this, But
No.
Mhm.
let's read this super
It's
chat.
Microsoft Teams now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's StreamYard. I haven't used Skype for years, Ken, as well. For years. From my little boy Romeo, new baby weight champion. Much respect, LadyChann. What did you have a baby? Did he have a baby? Congratulations, if that's what that means.
Congratulations.
It's his nephew.
Congratulations.
I think it's his
Come on,
nephew.
Paul. Congratulations. Hey,
So,
hey, LadyChann.
LadyChann, are you buying a boxing? Are you buying a fight this
Where,
weekend on BT's
yeah,
box
where do
office?
we get it? Do we get it off
BT
fight?
box
On
office.
what? This Canelo one's on BT.
Yeah, BT, £19.95.
Oh, only 20 quid. But how comes it's on BT?
Yeah, because
Ain't that
they
weird?
Canelo went with he went with what's it
PBC. But yeah, and
PBC. Yeah,
PBC
he's not with
decided
the
to,
zone. So
yeah, so he
PBC
just
have got
decided to, yeah.
yeah PBC and then Queensbury got a deal with BT Sport.
Got you. I didn't know where it was going to be. I thought, is this going to be on fight? Cool. Well, yeah, I'm definitely buying it. A million percent buying it. Are you?
So PBC,
Yeah, I might
PBC
have to.
got to
Yeah,
deal with who? Now?
Got to. BT Sport, you
PBC got
saying?
to deal with BB.
Oh,
Oh, okay, cool.
I didn't know that. I didn't. I just thought it was going to go to Fight TV, BT
no, not at all,
Sport.
not at all.
Charlie said did a poll on
Canelo
who
doesn't. Canelo don't
would
have
win.
long contracts with promoters
No
anymore.
one.
Ever
Yeah,
since
I
he
know.
broke his contract with Golden Boy.
Yeah, freelancers. But I didn't think
Mhm.
that PBC would be working with Frank Warren for some reason. I don't know why.
Nah,
22.
Frank
I don't
Warren's still
know.
got it. Everyone writes Frank Warren off. Everyone
Mm,
looks at his goes and company's house and looks at his
thank you.
returns, but he's still a big name in boxing. If you want
Yeah,
to start at somewhere in boxing and eventually get to a matchroom, sometimes you've got to go to Frank's first, isn't it?
I don't know. I
Mhm.
didn't know. I didn't know it was going to. I just on that shocked me. I was just thinking because I got asked today, and I was like, I don't know where the fight's showing. I don't see where it's been said. But now that you've told me, I just assumed that it was on that
Mhm.
fight TV app. I can hear background noise.
That's
Not
me,
sure
man. I
where I
think
can hear it from.
I got an English program called Stavlet's Flats on. I've turned it off.
I thought it was me with echoing back.
No, it's Stavlet's Flats, isn't it?
Sound
Such a
like me.
stereotype, isn't
I
it?
don't
In
know.
North London,
Oh,
British
okay.
Cypriot guy who
Is it
lets
the
flats.
film? Okay.
No,
I
it's a
need. I
TV program. You don't watch
oh, it's
much
a
TV, do you? You're too
only
busy doing
boxing.
podcasts and boxing.
Yeah, only boxing stuff I watch. It's really bad. I really hardly watch anything non-boxing. A little bit, tiny, but hardly not. No, and I didn't realize until I sat down one day and I was like, I used to watch loads of TV, Sky. I cut off my Sky
Mhm.
subscription, everything. I just do YouTube, and that's all I watch is YouTube. That's bad, isn't
So
it? Is that
yeah, but
Mhm.
bad?
you know when you watch your boxing, do you watch it on a Fire Stick? Do you watch it on streaming?
Say that again.
Do you watch your boxing on Fire Stick or do you stream?
What do you mean on Fire? So when they're on box office, you can still buy a box office, even though you ain't subscribed. You just put it on. You can do it on your device, innit? Any of your devices.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so I just do it like that. And then my mum's got Sky full packaging, so I just use Sky Go. So when I want to watch Sky Sports, I just use her one.
Makes sense, definitely.
Yeah. So I'll save money. Save money.
Yeah.
Hang on. Sorry, I'm just telling someone how to do this. You guys chop it up 1 minute. Just let me just get this person the know-how how to do this. Okay? 1 sec.
Yeah, and then I heard Paulie Malignaggi got a deal with Boxer.
Yeah, because I think was he? Because I know like we've got in Britain we've got we've got a new promoters because since Eddie Hearn's went, got a new deal with DAZN. We've now taken on Top Rank and on Sky we've now got Boxer. It's a guy called Ben Shalom. He's he's actually his mum's Irish. He's I think he's third generation Manchester Jewish, but yeah, he's only 26. But he's Sky have invested a lot of money in him, done a lot of contracts, and he's got a joint deal with Top Rank. So he has fighters like Carissa Shields has actually got a deal with Boxer, so she's going to fight in December along on the same sort of bill. I think in December as Shavana Marshall. And you've got Chris Eubank Jr., you've got Huey Fury, you've got Richard Rackenpo. So you've got all these sort of kind of fighters who I think they've left Matchroom, one because they want to fight on Sky, but two because I think after lockdown, I think a lot of fighters just couldn't get on the roster. So a lot of fighters got frustrated and they left because AD wasn't able to give them the fights they wanted, especially during lockdown where a lot of fighters lost money.
Yeah.
So I think in England now we kind of sport for choice in terms of like one channel. You've got BT Sport, which deals with Frank Warren. Then you've got DAZN, Matchroom, Boxer, Sky, and you've got Hennessy does Channel 5. But yeah, we're trying to get it back because I think with boxing on Sky, obviously Matchroom were really massive and they had the majority of fighters, so it takes getting used to for boxing fans. But there's variety. It's not as strong in the United States, obviously.
Yeah,
because in the United States, who is Al Heyman going strong still?
Is Al Heyman what?
Is he still like dominating the scene?
I mean, I think Bob Arum is more.
Yeah, more dominant. Let me get someone in. I'm introducing. Introducing. New media today, USA boxing coach Malachi.
Hello again.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Someone's trying to.
Hello, coach.
I thought they had to use
What's good,
Skype.
brother? What's good with you?
Trying to tell them how to use our StreamYard. I'm like, nope, we don't use Skype. I only use Skype in one place. So I didn't know. They didn't know that StreamYard you have to use Chrome. I didn't know because I always have Chrome on.
Chrome. It's a browser based system.
It's a browser based. Yeah.
Because you can use Stream. I got the StreamYard through I don't know. I suppose you've got to have like Chrome. I suppose you have to have Chrome. But yeah, I normally do it. I used to do it through Twitter. You can either do Twitter, WhatsApp, or on via text.
Yeah, but I think it still goes through Chrome like that though. I don't know, through like that. But yes, having problems. I thought like it. Maybe I just assumed that everybody knew how to use StreamYard. Yeah, no, it's the new thing for the last couple of years now. Latch on Skype.
At first, it was hard for me to get on when I first started, but I figured it out. I had to allow my settings. I had to go into my settings to allow the for permission for certain things. And
Yeah,
once
to
I
use
did
it.
that, now it's
Yeah,
easy. Yeah.
just goes right through. Yeah, yeah. Because
Mhm.
you've got an Android that's already with Chrome anyway. But anyway, so right, Ken, did you catch any of the boxing first and foremost from the weekend?
I catch the British shows, and I saw Vargas get his head kicked in by Zapata in a knockout. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I managed to catch that. So yeah, it was most
Only
of the
one
British
round.
shows.
Did you see our British shows?
Yeah, it's British shows, but I saw the American show as well. You know, I stayed up for one fight, and I'm glad I did because it didn't last that long. You know, Joshua Vargas and Jose Zapata. Did you see that? Did you watch it?
Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah, that was
I
wicked,
I never hear the UK way say it, so I say Jose Zapata. Am I wrong?
Yeah, Jose Zapata. Yeah, but you know, but the guy who fought was Joshua. Yeah, Joshua Vargas. Joshua.
Yeah, yeah. No, and did you see Boots Ennis? Do you know Boots Ennis with
no, I conked out.
Richard Delorme. Yeah, that was on another thing. It was like two on thingy, like back to back. Yeah, I just thought it was one rounder as well. That was welterweights. One rounder. Okay, we got someone coming through like a man. Woo. Okay, we got our familia. I'm introducing. Introducing. AJ. Oh, day, Alex.
Alex.
What's good, y'all? Can hear me?
Hello.
What's up, familia?
What's good, my brother?
Yes, hear me all right?
Yeah.
We can hear you loud and clear and crystal. What's going on? So what I want to talk about. So did anybody see the Sky card? I mean, not the Sky card. It was the Zone card, wasn't it? Eddie's.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
I watched it.
Yes.
Last
Shan, Lady Shan. They are after seeing you on TBV Rich. Yeah, that was you, the UK. UK to UK. You knew me when I was a little kid, did you? When we was kids. That's weird. How does it go around? Yeah. I was on the show. He's like, I know you when I see you in 1996, he said. I was like, wow, yeah.
Hey,
so
before you start, can you really start right? I never want to see Eric Molina in a boxing ring ever again.
He retired.
I've had enough of him.
He's retired.
You see me? See these hands? Had enough. You're a thief. Stop stealing from boxers' mouths. You're a thief and a coward.
He said you're a thief.
He's a thief.
You didn't watch my report, Ken.
He lightweight looked a little sad though. I felt kind of bad for him in the.
Did you see my report? You saw my report.
I did. I watched it.
Yeah.
He was sad. He was kind of broken up.
He retired. He retired in the back room, Ken.
Yeah.
He needs to. I mean, I love Alan Babic. I really do. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I don't know about y'all, but I died laughing when he dropped him in the first 5 seconds.
You know the thing that killed it. You know the thing that killed it, right? Is that when after you know what I said. You know when I heard he was like, you know, he was a late change for the fight. I was saying to everyone on social media, especially Twitter, I said, look, it's not a case of whether he turns out to fight. It's which round is he going to go down when he gets his first proper hit. It's always been a case. Like he fought Wardley, you know, one of the fight camps. Yeah, same thing. He actually gets hit once hard. Boom, he goes down. I was thinking, this is.
Did he do the same thing against Hrgovic as well? Did he do the same thing against Hrgovic?
Yeah. I mean, even Eddie Hearn was saying that he's not gonna. If he's gonna carry on doing that, he's not gonna get a payday. What happened when he fought Wardley? Surely the signs were there that he's gonna get hit once and he's gonna go down. I mean. What's going on here?
Ken, me and you was on Twitter, weren't we? You was like, it's robbery. Me and Ken, I was dying when I read Ken's tweet.
I was going absolutely berserk. I was so angry.
Me too. I was livid. I was like, he's a disgrace. You saw my tweets, didn't you, Ken? He's a disgrace. He's sickening. Like that guy, Eric Molina. Nah, I don't care, mate. Before I saw that he was retiring, he knew to retire. Eddie said he won't put him in any more cards. Yeah. And he don't get booked in the US. So, he had to retire. We yeah, okay, Shell. We weren't going
By
to
the way,
pay him
it's worth. By the way, it's worth mentioning that Wilder went 9 rounds with this guy. It took him 9 rounds to finish this guy off, and he got clipped, and he got wobbled by him. So yeah, there you go.
That's embarrassing, isn't it? That's how you know what levels that you are. That's how you know what levels a man is. You get what you get. It takes 9 rounds to get Eric Molina out. Well, anyway.
Yeah, what year was that?
Did you guys know that Chris Arreola knocked him out in 1 round?
Chris Arreola. Yeah. Oh yeah,
he knocked out Molina in a round. He knocked out Arreola knocked Molina out in a round.
I don't know.
Someone, hang on 1 second. We got a guest. This is the new guest. One of my colleagues from another platform. So let's introducing James Payne is his name. James Payne, lethal. My brother, you made it.
Yeah, I had some technical difficulties and all that there, but finally got on through.
You got there. We was sorry, James, but we just offloaded a bit on Wilder because we was talking about Eric Molina taking a dive on the zone card at the weekend, basically, and that we're sick of him over here because all he keeps doing is taking dives. Like, he gets hit once and he doesn't want to get back up. And in this fight, the ref absolutely tried to make him fight, guys, didn't he? The ref was like, "Nah, get back up." And then he gets hit again. He gets hit in the first 5 seconds, goes down, then gets up. And then what happens again? He gets knocked down again, and he's saying, "Oh, the back of my head." He did that with the Fabio Wardley fight. He did this again. The ref was like, "Whatever." Anyway, he gets tripped over in the second knockdown. It wasn't even knockdown. He trips over and stays on the floor. So the ref thinks, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna count you out." The ref counts him out, and then but we're just saying, someone pointed out that Wilder went 9 rounds with him. What do you think about that? What do you think about Eric Molina, James? And thanks for joining me, by the way.
Ain't no thing. I appreciate the invite. What do I think about Eric Molina in regards to Wilder or
just in general, as he's now retired, by the way, after that, because we're not paying him no more money. And yeah, just what did you ever think of Eric Molina?
Just one of those heavyweights that's out there, kind of I don't know if I could compare him. Well, maybe like kind of a Gerald Washington type, or just kind of like a gatekeeper guy. He's one of those heavyweights. He's got a name that you can recognize. He's been in some fights, but he's never won the big one himself. And it's just, that's pretty much the short of it. He's a good heavyweight. He probably kicked my ass, but I'm not a world class heavyweight. But as far
neither
as
is he.
The upper echelon of heavyweights, I really don't know. So I wonder. I would rate someone like Andy Ruiz above Molina.
I would rate my little sister against Eric Molina. Eric Molina, this is what we're trying to say. He's bad. Like, he's bad. Yeah, if he does catch you with one of those heavy hands, yeah, can he give you a little problem? Yeah, the dude's like 260 pounds, Yeah, he can give it, but mate, I'm glad that he's retired. It was time for him to retire. Like, he kept getting beat in 60 seconds. It just wasn't looking good. Like, we kept booking him to come back for 60 seconds.
It's interesting as I'm sitting here watching this box rec too, man. Every time he stepped up in competition, he took an L, didn't he?
Yes, this is the point.
He even lost to Arreola. Wow, that's interesting.
This is what I'm saying. I don't even know if you could say he's a gatekeeper, because he was never on the other side of the gate. Every time he got to that little world he fought for a couple world titles and never succeeded. He just was never good enough. I just think he was just like a journeyman in the end, wasn't he, guys?
Yeah, he was a journeyman.
Yeah, that's all he was. He was a very well paid one. A very well paid one, though. Yeah. Hello? Everyone quiet, like...
No, the reason why he gets booked, he got booked is because he had 2 world title fights. He had 2 recent world title fights. One against Joshua when he came over here in Manchester in 2016. Less said about it the better, but he lasted a bit longer. Then obviously the Deontay Wilder one as well. So, British crowds would pay to see one of their favourite fighters fight a former world heavyweight title contender. And that's how you sell him. You sell Eric Molina as that, but in reality, he just wants a payday, and he's more than happy to do his bit and read his script. His script is which round do you want me to go down in? I'm sure that's what they discussed.
Yeah, that's what. Nah, Eddie didn't look like he was happy about that. To be fair,
no, maybe he broke the agreement to go down in the 5th round. Maybe he went down a bit early than Eddie agreed. But that's how it seems whenever we bring this guy over.
Yeah, he's supposed to go down, but too early.
Can I pose a question?
Yeah, of course you can.
Did you guys see the Craig Richards fight?
Yes.
Craig Richards, light heavyweight.
Brilliant fight.
I thought that stoppage was premature. What do you guys think?
Me too.
Yeah.
I thought the
stoppage because that guy he was fighting, he wasn't in any serious trouble. He was actually nailing Richards with right hands. But then out of nowhere, once Richard gets him in trouble, the ref jumps in and stops it. And I'm like,
because it's a build back fight, and they don't want to. They don't want.
No, this needs to be debated. This needs to be debated, man.
I didn't see that. I didn't see the zone fight call.
I need to debate that point because
we'll get to the Canelo bit now.
You go ahead, Kenny.
The reason why I'm debating it is because I think what's happened is that obviously we're talking about the finish, but it was the way the attack was set up. The first bit of danger for Machacha was he did get caught with an uppercut, and after that it was like a few combos. You could tell that that Spider had him hurt, and it was only when but he was still standing his ground. And I think because he was standing his ground,
he was still in the fight.
He replied with a couple.
Yeah, he replied. But I think what's happened, British referees tend to go from one extreme to another. If a fighter gets hit with a massive uppercut and then you follow up with a left hook, or they receive 2 uppercuts, our referees here stop the fight. They always do.
They do premature stoppages. That's
it was just 2 or 3 uppercuts that I thought, you know what, this is too much.
Yeah.
Because I noticed, before the ref jumped in, like the slow motion replay showed I think Richards was throwing some punches, none got through, but then the ref jumped in and right before he jumped,
you're talking about the one where it hits, it misses, and then the ref catches him in. But I think he's probably stopped. There was one punch, I know what you're talking about, where he throws the right hand, he misses.
The ref jumped in, then Richards landed a flush left after the ref stopped.
Yeah, but I think it was the punishment before that. The
punishment before. It's why the uppercut that started it.
Richards flurry. Richards had him hurt. Richards had him hurt, but the guy was still in the fight though.
Yeah, I still think he was. And listen, me seeing he lost to who did it? Bivol. He lost to, right? When he stepped up to Bivol.
That was the last fight.
I don't think Richard is quite up at. I don't know if he's he's in between. If there was an in between domestic and world class, he's in there. That's where would
you put our other fighters then? Our other light heavyweights. Where would you put people? Where would you put Lyndon Arthur then?
Lyndon Arthur's domestic.
I put Lyndon as the same. Probably Lyndon's he's domestic. Yeah, as Lyndon's domestic.
But I still have Lyndon Arthur, doing the same thing at the 80 yard as he did last year.
They're all the same. Anthony Yard. Lyndon Arthur, and Craig Richards. I think they're all kind of domestic
It's funny
level.
you should say that. It's funny you should say that because when I was going through the rankings, the world rankings for the light heavyweights, the only British fighter that got in was someone who just converted himself to a light heavyweight in Callum Smith. All the other ones,
he's not.
Yeah.
Callum Smith's better than them.
yeah.
I mean,
but all the
better
other
than
ones,
Richards.
yeah.
What
all
about
the other ones,
Boassi?
Boassi's not in.
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than them.
Boassi's is in there. He's in there.
Boassi's the next
Let
level.
me have a look.
Boassi's
Let me have a
world.
look at my thing. my
Boassi's
file.
like fringe world level. Like you can see, he's on the fringe
Yeah,
of
he's in
world
there.
Let's have a
level.
look.
Boassy and Callum Smith, in comparison to Craig Richards,
Well,
Craig
let's have a
Richards
look at the
can't.
rankings.
Craig Richards can't box Boassy. He get knocked out.
I like to see that fight next, though.
That's the fight I want to see, the yard fight as well. I'm waiting on that fight too.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Lyndon Arthur's right.
I forgot
Actually,
what
no. Oh yeah, Boassi's number 10, isn't he? Because I'm looking at the rankings. I've got Babefiev, Bivol, Joe Smith, Brown, Badujak, Ramirez, Vlasov, Callum Smith, Joshua Boatsy, and then you got Berdelink, France.
Where's Richards in it? Richard ain't even in there, is he?
No, Richard's in it. But yeah, there's a few domestic fighters that I still think that who are going to give Joshua Boatsy a bloody nose. I still have Lyndon Arthur giving her a bloody nose. I still have I think maybe Callum Johnson, if he didn't just rely on his power, maybe he would do it. But yeah, I still think that out of the best out of the lot, potentially on genuine boxing skills, probably Lyndon Arthur. But you guys wouldn't agree with me.
Boxing skills, Lyndon Arthur's he's got good boxing skills, but I still haven't seen enough of him to put him past domestic.
He's got the best. He's got one of the best jabs
like,
in the business.
He's got the best jab.
Yeah, I'll be honest, guys. Like when I saw him beat Anthony Yard, he really, even though the fight was kind of boring, he really impressed me with how he just beat him with a jab. I thought that was really impressive.
His jab's impressive, and I knew that in researching him before I did my prediction in going in the fight. I said
I had him winning before that. I have him winning the rematch.
As much as I knew, I didn't think he's going to win. I don't have him winning the rematch. But
I do.
James,
I do.
you? I know you do. I don't. James, do you remember we were talking with Ness today about? Was you on the panel by then when we were talking about Callum Smith, and Ness said that we can tie this in, and Ness said that Caleb Plant is stronger than Callum Smith. Guys, what do you think? Do you remember that, James?
Yeah, I remember that. Look, he was basing his argument off of physique comparisons. I think,
that's what it was.
I think Callum has about 2 inches of height on
3.
Caleb. 3, because Caleb is listed as 6'1", if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Caleb's 6'1". Yeah, okay, yeah, then it's 2 because that guy's 6'3".
Yeah, so he got a couple inches on him. Probably got a longer reach as well. But I know that Caleb has he's a full. He looks very full. Like to be 6'1" and to be a super middleweight. I mean, it doesn't look like he's depleted at all. He looks very full, very muscular in all of the right spots. So I don't know. I it's just hard when you say who's stronger than someone, because I mean the way that we measure strength can, how do you measure strength? Is it a bench press, or is it how much weight you can pull, how many pull-ups you can do, how many push-ups you can do, or is it punching power? I mean, what's the true measurement of strength in regards
they're in 2
to
different weight
fighters?
caps though. Yeah, I just thought, you guys, if someone's 175 and someone's in 168, I would generally tend to think that the 175er is the stronger dude. Like, I wouldn't say that Callum Smith is weaker than Caleb Plant.
Why would you not? When people say that Canelo is stronger than Bivol or better BF, let's keep it in context.
I don't think Canelo's stronger than. I'm not sure. It's
That's what they say.
I don't think he's stronger than Beterbiev at all. No, I think Beterbiev gives him a run for his money. But just with the Callum Smith and I don't know, it was I was caught unawares that this was something that was absolutely thought. I never thought Callum Smith was weaker than I think Caleb Plant is being painted that it's a bit of he's some superhero. Who's dropped off? Because it's AJ. He'll come back on.
Well, you know what, Chan?
I don't know how this is going. This is what the debate's about. So we got James, who's a Caleb Plant supporter. He's from the same place as Caleb, Tennessee, Nashville, kind of Nashville, Tennessee, isn't it, James?
Yeah, I'm a Tennessee native. Yep.
Yeah, and then we've got all of us from LA, the UK, Miami, New Jersey. So there's all different people here, James. But go ahead. Who wants to talk? Chop it up.
I wanted to say something. As far as Callum Smith, like, yeah, he won the World Boxing Super Series, but it was kind of like by default because George Groves got injured, right?
And George had a shoulder injury, but he came into that fight pretty fit.
Right. But what I'm saying is that he hadn't, like, they were saying that he was the best, and I get it because he beat George Groves, but he didn't really fight a lot of those other guys at 175. I mean, 168. Was it 168? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like
I'm with Mr. S. I said this like Callum Smith had no business being a 168. He looked like he was draining himself to he always should have been 175, in my opinion. But go ahead.
Right.
He's like
but
6'3".
He didn't fight like
6'3". Yeah.
But he didn't fight like Benavidez or any of the other guys there, was what I'm saying, Plant. But I get it, he won the tournament.
The biggest problem with Callum Smith is in that Canelo fight, he didn't compete. Now, we could say because Canelo beat his arm up, hurt his arm or whatever, but this is boxing. That's no excuse. You didn't compete.
He froze.
So I don't have any way, anything else. I don't have any other gauge of your ability. The only gauge I have of your ability is the fact that if it gets tough in there, you're going to freeze up. You're not going to compete because that's what you did against this guy. So why would you not do it again? It's easy. Once you quit, it makes it easier to quit. And in my opinion, in that fight, he quit.
Yeah, you always said that, didn't you? You did say that. Go on, Ken. What do you think about this Callum Smith and Caleb Plant?
I think when you're talking about Callum Smith, Callum Smith, I personally think they say that he's that he's a natural light heavyweight, but you know what? There's some fighters I just think I think that probably at super middleweight that's probably his natural habitat because he had a lot of advantages. He had the height, he had the reach, and he was an excellent body puncher as well. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was so disappointed that he allowed Canelo to just cut off the space and dominate him and beat to a jab. How can someone with that reach advantage allow Canelo to beat him? I was on another boxing show, and I think some fighters when they fight Canelo, they get mesmerized. It's like they accept that they're like when certain fighters, that when you go in a fight, they're 2 rounds behind with the judges because the judges are going to give them everything. It's like not only was Callum Smith 2 rounds behind before he started the fight, it was mentally he just thought, I'm fighting a great Canelo, without realizing that he's got a very good record. He had all the attributes to actually fend him off, but also hit him with the body punches. But he just, excuse my language, but he shat his pants. He shat himself.
Was that 4 weeks' notice as well? At least
you say that, but it's one of those things, right? Is that you have to be ready at all times. That what fighters have always prided themselves on saying, "Oh, I'm always in fight camp, even when I'm not in fight camp." So that's not an excuse.
If 4 weeks is not enough to prepare for Canelo, don't take the fucking fight. Don't take the fight.
Yeah,
you signed the contract.
It's true.
You signed the contract, so it's your responsibility to be ready because you agreed to this. If you don't think it's enough time, you can make money another way. You can make more money later down the line. Don't take the fight if you're not going to compete. I mean, because that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems with this sport is the fact that people are showing up just to get checks He's not the only one. He's not the only one guilty of that. People are just showing up to get paid.
Yeah, that's what D-Bro said. He wanted a payday. Payday. I know that. You want payday. He wanted a payday. But if you remember, say that again.
No, you can make the same argument about Kovalev. He took a short notice fight. So did Avni Yildirim, if I'm not mistaken. He took a short notice fight with Canelo.
Yeah, he was Canelo's sparring partner.
Yeah, and all three of them are in the same category. They showed up for the check, and that sucks.
Yeah, but I think
Kovalev fought to about 11th round though, 10th, 11th round. Kovalev fought.
Do you think that was because he was a bigger man and it took more for Canelo to chop down that tree, or because I saw signs of Kovalev looking? He didn't look like the same fighter as he did in the Anthony Yarde fight to me in the Canelo fight. He wasn't. I don't know. I just felt like I expected more assertiveness from Kovalev, the same way the gentleman in the top of the screen was saying, like he expected Callum to be more assertive, to utilize more of his natural attributes, the height, the reach. I mean, goodness. I mean, like how long are his arms? His jab. I would think if he could have. I don't know, man. I don't know why guys like that, do what they do. It's just I was under the same impression that a lot of these fighters would be more effective against Canelo utilizing their natural attributes, but they completely let that go out of the window when they fight Canelo, and Canelo ends up getting stoppages on these guys.
Yeah, I think
that's what Mal. Go on, Mal, because you was talking about that, wasn't you?
No, I think that it's like what the brother said. They get mesmerized by Canelo. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like I do have Canelo pound for pound, the best fighter, but I say that with all due respect, that I think when people get in the ring with him, I don't see the aggression. I don't see the it's like it's too much respect. I don't like the dog, the mentality that I see that Canelo has, and the mental commitment. Hey, I'm fixing to try to fight, bring it to this guy, get him out of there. I don't see that against his opponents who he's fighting. I don't see that with you know what I mean? Like I can give countless examples. Like I don't see Canelo fighting like a Sean Porter. Like Sean don't give a damn who it is. I'm coming in there. You see what I'm saying? And Crawford, Errol Spence. I don't give a damn. I'm coming. And when he's fighting his opposition, Canelo, I don't see that in those guys. I just don't. I'm just to be honest with you, I don't see it. So I think it's a mindset thing.
Caleb's not come to lay down.
I agree with you there. I think he's come to fight.
He come to fight. He's going to win.
I said that. Yeah, I said that. I said, Caleb coming to fight.
Yeah.
Caleb Plant coming to fight because he
shits.
Caleb said, listen, I'm not like, he's used to people kissing his ass, bowing down when they see him. Caleb Plant coming to fight, and I know that.
I don't think Triple G. I think Triple G fought him toe to toe.
No, I'm not talking
that
about
was
Triple
before.
G.
Yeah, aside from someone said that, D-Bro, aside from Floyd, only Triple G giving him the best fight.
No, I'm not saying throughout his career. I'm saying lately, because there's a lot of guys who came to fight him. It's a lot. I can name quite a few that came to fight him.
Yeah, Coach, you're not too far off. I agree. I think that Callum Smith and Avni Yildirim, they didn't give it their best.
Yildirim was just a stupid man, though, that didn't give two shits. He was Canelo's sparring partner.
Yeah, did him a solid. He was for some reason he was the mandatory, and that was all that was.
And he shouldn't even have been the man. I don't know how he was that mandatory from nowhere. But
he was out for 2 years.
Well, you know what I heard? Somebody told me. You know how he was the mandatory, guys. I heard somebody told me that like they thought the WBC did him a solid because his fight against Darrell that was ruled a loss. They thought he actually won, so they still kept him installed as the mandatory. That's why they did that.
Corruption.
See, Canelo know how to cut that ring off.
Yes, he do.
Yeah,
you know how to. If you look at tapes, a friend of mine sent me some stuff on him. If you look, he goes left foot front heavy. He's just inching in. He's inching in. He's inching in. He knows how to cut that ring off. I don't think people watch that. I'm glad my friend sent me that. So it's like the subtle movements. It's like the foot feints and stuff. He comes in, he inches in, he know how to cut that ring off.
Money in the building. Money in the building. Money Brown, what up? Caleb Clark coming to get effed up.
No doubt.
Money, don't hold your words back now.
Monty said he coming to get. Oh man.
But Lisa also had like Canelo also sets traps as well, to like with feints and all that kind of stuff
Yeah,
to land his punches.
yeah.
Big time trap setter.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, people don't realize. I'm glad my friend
doing
said.
Billy. Yeah, that's what he kept doing to Billy in their fight, and he that's how he kind of. I think that's how he caught him with that uppercut that broke his face.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you say? Let me start with Kenny going around the panel. Let me get some parliamentary procedure here. Who would you say, Kenny, is the better boxer out of? Because I'm always with the Americans. They say that BJS is the worst boxer than
wow.
Who's a better boxer, Plant or BJS, in your opinion? And
I'll come on, BJS. BJS has got phenomenal, excellent skills. You know, obviously, you know, I think what's happened is that, you know, obviously you guys call it soccer in football, but there's, you know, back in the day we used to have a team called Barcelona that played some really great teams, but they made them look like chop putters because they're so good and so dominant. And I think that's what Canelo. I don't think people in the US will probably be, you know, impressed with Billy Joe Saunders because that finished, but that's because what Canelo does when he fights fighters is that he works them out whilst he's fighting. He's actually training when he's fighting you. He's more than happy to give away maybe a couple of rounds whilst he's thinking, right, this is what he does best. This is where I can get him because he's making mistakes here. And then he'll change the angle of the fight, and then he'll dissect his opponents. And what he did is that he dissected an excellent boxer, Billy Joe Saunders. But in terms of skill, Billy Joe Saunders is a better fighter than Caleb Plant. It's only that Canelo
better fighter or a more skilled boxer.
I don't believe that. I don't agree with that.
I think he's.
I don't agree with that.
All right, you talk about fight. All right, he's a better boxer.
Yeah, I'll give you that as far as, you know, maybe what you're looking at as far as your eye test, as far as technical.
Yeah, I won't even give you that. I won't even give you that.
I think Billy Joe Saunders is better, in my opinion.
I feel like maybe as far as technical boxing skill, some of the things I've seen Billy Joe employ in other fights outside of the Canelo fight.
I mean, guys, you remember the David Lemieux fight? Man, that man put on a clinic.
Yeah, but then as far as Caleb, I think,
bro, that was David Lemieux. David Lemieux has no boxing skill.
Can you stop cutting? Can you stop cutting and interjecting over people? Because you're being like me. I know we usually do that, but like at least let James get his comment off because he's
No, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, you know,
it's a bit rampant here. We'll go back to normal in a minute.
The only point I was trying to make was that I feel like that Caleb will be more inclined to like he won't be as predictable. I feel like after a while, Billy Joe was doing subtle things in there that I think Canelo was taking notes on, and at the opportune time when he threw that feint and caught him with that counter kind of shoveling hook to the face, it was because Billy Joe was like dipping,
going to protect the body
excessively low, like on certain movements he saw. I think that Caleb will be a little bit less predictable in that fashion. He'll utilize a little bit more slickness because it's just in him. It's just in him. He was trained that way. I'm not saying he's the slickest fighter in the division. I'm not saying he's the slickest fighter Canelo's fought. Like I think Floyd is definitely the slickest that Canelo's fought, but I think that it's been long enough that Canelo hasn't faced a opponent that will present those kind of challenges to him on a fight night. And I think in a 12-round contest, Caleb can come out victorious.
Who wants to go next on that matter? Go on. Don't all
I just haven't seen anything. I just haven't seen anything in 21 fights because we have to admit, even though I would love to see Caleb Plant pull off this upset, I would love it. But let's just be realistic. Caleb Plant has fought low-level competition for 21 fights. I think the best fighter he's fought in his career is Uskataki, and that's not saying much. So I just don't know when the lights are on and this guy's in front of you, if he's going to be Here's my question. Here's what I'm just gonna say it. I don't know because I haven't seen it. If Caleb Plant has enough pop to keep this guy off of me, because if he can't get this guy's respect and keep him off you, he's gonna walk you down and he's gonna knock you out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Caleb got that kind of pop because I've never seen it.
Never. He went life and death with Truax. He did. That was bad. I went to sleep. I never go to sleep halfway through a fight.
I don't know. No, I don't. He didn't go life and death with him. He beat him.
And he went the whole distance to him. And didn't he get an injury in that? When he bleeding in that fight? All right, yeah, fighters bleed, but it was Truax.
He broke his hand. He broke his hand in the Truax fight. Yeah, and with Uzkataki, he went life and death. He went life and death with Uzkataki when he won the title.
At best, Truax is like C-.
Mm-hmm.
So to go 12 rounds with a C- fighter. After that fight, I've never heard of Truax ever again. Have you guys all run home and said, we got to make it home to watch a Caleb Truax fight? Quick, get the DVR recording.
Let me call my mom.
Nobody watched that fight. Unless you lived in Tennessee, nobody watched that fight.
Record the Truax fight. Yeah. Truax
on Fox.
Huh?
It had around 2 million viewers on Fox.
Because it was free TV.
Right.
Yeah, you could get 2 million viewers for pool on Fox.
Yeah,
I mean,
free TV. Can't get 2 million people paying.
I mean, I'm not trying to shit on Plan. I'm just saying it's just what it is. I'm just saying what it is. You know, you can get 2 million viewers for a tennis match on Fox. I mean, that's not big on free TV.
I think I liked it more that it was Caleb and Caleb. That's the only thing that tickled me about that fight, that they was both called Caleb. Other than that, I thought, okay, let's see what this is about. Go ahead, Jay.
I think the interesting thing, though, with those 2 million viewers, that those are similar numbers to what the disputed undisputed between Lomachenko and Tio did.
Yeah, and they're in the same situation. Put them on the PPV that they're going to do now. It's not even going to get close to 1 million. It's not even going to get close to 600,000. It's not even going to get close to 500. It's not even going to get close to 400,000.
And you're right.
250.
And you're right, my brother, because we don't have stars like we had in the 80s and the 90s. We don't have no stars in boxing. They can pump you up. And I guess Floyd is going with the narrative. If I say this enough, people will start believing it. Tank's not a star. None of these guys are stars. You could drop these guys off in LA at the Fox Hills Mall and nobody would know who they are. These guys are not stars. There are no stars.
He's quite distinct.
Nobody would know who he is. Unless they're 15 years old. They might know him from Instagram, but they won't know who he is. They won't even care.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah.
The dude just did a pay-per-view and he got 215,000 buys. His last pay-per-view.
Allegedly.
And that's a pay-per-view star?
Yeah, I know. This is what I'm saying. We need to
215. Come on, man. Like Lisa says, Chan. Like Lisa says, I'm not buying what they selling.
Yeah, I know. Neither am I. And to be honest, I'm not, because we know better. That's all. We know better, so that's why. But there's other people that don't really know better. And what I'm saying is, it's not a bad thing to support who you support. You don't have to support someone because they're the biggest pay-per-view star. And you stop supporting them if their pay-per-view numbers dwindle. That's not my thing. But we need to keep it real and in context of what's a star, what's a superstar, what's a PPV star, and everything is contextual. If you're gonna watch something on free TV, you know, everyone's just gonna tune it in, and while they're talking to their friends, you get that counts. Doesn't mean they watched it. You know that people have watched it when they've paid for it. So with like the Tio's not going to get 2 million people paying for that PPV, you know. So
for Cambosis?
Yeah. But
hell no. He might get 200,000 if he's lucky.
He got near what James was saying. He got near that for Lomachenko, and this is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
That was on free TV though. That was free TV.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So free TV, put it in context. Yeah, things look different. That's all I was saying. But go ahead.
Can I add something? Can I add something?
Yeah, of course you may.
Let me pose a question to everybody on the panel. Like, after the Tank pay-per-view buys came out, why did it take so long for them to release the numbers?
They had to squeeze all
I
of the
don't
juice
know.
out of the lemon
I mean, well, if the pay per view was, if the pay per view was a
I like
success when
that.
they released them immediately, why take so long?
because they had to
You
squeeze
just
all of the juice out of the lemon. You know,
you just
on the
answered
first
your question. You
on the
just
first
answered your
on the
question.
first
I have no
squeeze.
Yeah.
clue.
On the first squeeze, it didn't come out right, so you got to squeeze a little bit more, and then you
Yeah.
gotta scrape it around the bulb to make sure you get all of the juice
I
out
like
of
that
it.
analogy. That's funny.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I like
So
that. You tell the truth.
I mean,
It's when
yeah,
you're struggling.
He lying.
you gotta look underneath. You gotta okay, wait a minute. Okay, so we had some YouTube strings over here.
Mhm.
We had digital buys over here. We had
Uh-huh.
straight up pay per view buys over here. Okay, I think we can eke out another 3,000 over here. There you go, 250.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
I mean,
the best answer that we'll get at the minute. I don't.
let me ask you. Let me ask the panel a question, Chan. To everybody on the panel, who's bringing the star power to this fight on Saturday?
Oh, come on,
Canelo.
Sean. We all know. We all
Canelo.
know that. Come on now.
Go on, James. He's bringing it. He's bringing the star power to this show on Saturday.
I mean, it's a Canelo card. Everything is generated and pointing towards Canelo, but this is the first time that the American viewing audience, and I think the worldwide viewing audience, in a long time, I'll put it that way. I'm not going to say the first time, period, in Canelo's career, but the first time in a long time that Canelo has an adversary that is entertaining from the build up to the fight. He's vocal. He's respectfully disrespectful. They've already had a physical exchange at one of their press conferences. So there's some promotable material there. The all accesses, I don't know if you guys have had an opportunity to see that. I love the fact that they're bringing light to Caleb's story for the audience that's unfamiliar with him and judgmental of his 21 fights. Just the piece about his daughter almost brought tears to my eyes, because I mean it's just so it for a man, it had an emotional connection that I could relate to, and it gave me the real feel that this is my real life underdog. This is my Tennessee Rocky. But he's undefeated. He's not, a journeyman that gets his big break. He's a undefeated, full-fledged boxer that has a small amateur career, not a decorated amateur career like some others, but he had an amateur career. He has a professional career. He's fought the men that they have put in front of him. He's won the fights that he was asked to win. He won a world title, and just like a master chess player, he listened to his advisors. He listened to his team. He was patient. He took care of his IBF mandatory earlier this year, intentionally knowing that he was expecting to undispute or have an opportunity to cash in at IBF for an opportunity to undispute later this year. So every move that he's made has been an intelligent move with intelligent people advising him. He's been very patient, and he's been in the gym the entire time working on his craft. So for me, I can't ask for anything else from an adversary of Canelo. He's taking it serious. He's trying to sell the fight. He's letting you know who he is, and he really doesn't care if you like him or not, because he told you at one of the pressers, most of the people talking about him live ordinary lives, and he's trying to do extraordinary things. He's trying to live an extraordinary life. And this Saturday, that's the culmination of extraordinary, when you do what no one is expecting you to do. If we wake up Sunday morning, Monday morning, we come back Tuesday, when we're having boxing talk, Canelo goes and wins, nobody's surprised. Nobody, I mean, boxing will continue on, but the first thing we're gonna do is look for the next super middleweight or light heavyweight or some damn body to put in their position to be the next adversary to Canelo. We'll start beating the drum for Benavidez, and there's no telling that Canelo will go in that direction. Right now, right here, we have a live dog. We have a live competitor that's going to be in phenomenal shape. has shown that he has real boxing ability. Maybe not the best you've seen. Maybe he doesn't make your jaw drop when you watch him perform, but he does what he needs to do to get the W. And you don't have to be the strongest competitor to beat Canelo. All you have to do is just beat him on that evening. So I see Caleb doing it. I see him doing it with his jab.
Oh wow! So you got Caleb. You picking Caleb to win?
Absolutely. I've been picking Caleb since before the fight was even announced. When Caleb fought the other Caleb back in earlier this year, I knew the implications of that fight. There was a fight to clear him up as far as mandatory status so that he didn't have any mandatory obligations for the remainder of this year, and that he would be free and clear, have some time to spend with his family, have some time to heal from, probably some nagging injuries and things like that, and plenty of time to prepare for the potential unification undisputed bout. And even though the negotiations were rocky and we didn't know what would happen, Caleb stayed the course. He was patient. He got his opportunity coming up. He's going to be ready, and I see him winning this fight with the jab. He's going to have too many variations on the jab. It's not about him having enough devastating punching power to beat the shit out of Canelo, but I see him being able to win the first portion of the fight on scorecards with his variations on the jab, tripling, doubling, tripling, maybe even a double jab, maybe kind of a slippage, and then throw a up jab in there. Just different angles, different rhythm. He's going to be slick enough to do so, and he'll have enough left in the tank. And then going into the later rounds, Canelo will understand that he's behind on the scorecards, and he's going to get very aggressive. So I think that that's the point that everybody's been making when they say that Caleb doesn't have the punching power to deter like Canelo if Canelo's coming in very aggressively. Maybe not. He might not have the punching power to do so, but I'll tell you one thing he does have. He has incredibly educated feet, and he's very effective. If you're going to telegraph and you're going to come in just with raw aggression on Caleb, he's going to use angles. He's going to use foot positioning. He's going to get out of the way, and he's going to deliver a punch or two to you while you're going past him, and it's going to look very good when you're watching it back on instant replay.
Man, I'm not even gonna lie, man. The way you broke that down, shit, you made me want to bet the whole house on Caleb playing. Shit,
I wouldn't bet the house. I wouldn't bet the house, but if you got like an extra 20, 30, 40, 50, if you could spare 100, I mean,
you will lose every pound of that.
I mean, I'll put it to you this way: if you're gonna go out to a movie these days, The Eternals comes out next week. You want to go, if you're in the Marvel movies, you want to go see The Eternals in a movie theater. It's gonna cost you about $20 for an adult ticket. It's gonna cost you another $20 to $30 at the concession stand just for you. That's not even if you're taking a date. So you can spend $50 to $100 watching a 2-hour movie.
But guess what? You still get to watch the movie.
Hey, you get to watch the movie, and you're gonna get to watch this fight. So I mean, hey, throw $20 down. Throw $20 down. What's that? A tank of gas. A tank of gas. Like, you can't even get a pizza delivery to your house without coming out $30. So you could take you $20, $25, throw it on Caleb, get you a couple of hundreds in your pocket, and you watch one hell of a fight, and you just witnessed the biggest upset in the past 10 years.
Ken, can you see Caleb Plant being Canelo? I just need to hear you. You've been a bit quiet, so let's just hear you again.
You know what?
Because
you can never say never. You can never say never in boxing. One of the things about it is that they're talking about the jab and the variation of the jab. Many a fighter has managed to win a cut the first few rounds with the jab with Canelo, and they have varied it. But what's happened again? It's Canelo always manages to work out a fighter, work out his weaknesses, and then what will happen is that he will negate the jab in the later rounds, and that's normally when he begins to cut down the ring size, when he begins to cut down the distances, and he begins to cramp you for room, and that's when he's going to get going with working his way downstairs, and then he's going to go upstairs. invariably it could be the uppercut, which you start, and could be a left hook. And I think that's the thing with Canelo is that he is one of those fighters. I don't know how he does it. Maybe I think I know he does it because when you look at Canelo and you say how long has he been fighting for, and a lot of these Mexican fighters, sometimes a lot of the you'll get a Mexican fan who say how many fights he had. He'll tell you, officially he's had 20, but a lot of them they probably had about 20 more of that unofficial. And I think that's the thing with Canelo is that because he's been boxing for such a long time, even as a teenager, he's become a student of the game, and he's become a student of his opponent and his opponent's weaknesses. And I think that's where I think that the heart is probably saying, yeah, I hope Caleb Plant pulls with the shot, but the head says because of the fact that Canelo works his way into a fight, starts to negate the skills, starts to cut off the ring, and then starts letting his hands go. I can't see anything other than probably Canelo winning by 6 rounds, 117, 111. I can't see Caleb Plant, long term, being able to keep this guy off. But he will start very well, and there's no doubt about that. But as the fight goes on, I can't see Canelo not negating the space. And
I'm with you, Kim. I'm right there with you. First couple of rounds, you know what Canelo does. He'll give you those couple of rounds whilst he's figuring you out. No more than 2 rounds.
He's gonna
maybe
download,
3.
Download data.
He'll download. He'll see. Because he even said it himself. Guy's a decent boxer, but it's levels to this shit.
Man,
There's no way that you're beating Canelo with a jab. If you beat Canelo with a jab, Canelo isn't the guy that I thought he was.
That's how Floyd beat him.
Yeah. If
Kovalev those days. Okay.
If Kovalev didn't. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Liz.
No, I'm saying if Kovalev didn't beat him with the power jab, then yeah. Kovalev got a great jab.
Man, Sweet Hand's gonna come through, man, like a quarter horse champ. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Sweet Hand.
Yeah. Hey, when he does what I expect him to do in Tennessee, it's gonna be a big deal, man. I mean, it's gonna be like we've been waiting for an opportunity like this. We've been waiting for some major championship or somebody to go and do something fantastic, and I think this guy's going to represent us very well. And if he doesn't get it done, hey man, much props to Canelo, because the world doesn't stop. Canelo, I said it earlier, I'll continue to say it, whether he beats Caleb or even if he loses, if he hangs up the gloves Sunday morning, he's Hall of Fame first ballot right now. He's accomplished.
No, he's not.
What? Canelo? Are you
serious? Canelo. Oh, sorry. I thought you was talking about Caleb Plant, because
Caleb.
Ness said Caleb Plant is first ballot Hall of Famer as well.
I
said that yesterday. You didn't say that.
I
went on the show.
Caleb.
You come from Tennessee?
I'm sorry?
You from Tennessee? You're from Tennessee?
Yes, sir. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, God. Okay. That's why you kept Caleb nice. That's
right
what's up.
right now, I live and I train in Middle Tennessee. My boxing gym that I train out of is Music City Boxing, which was founded by Caleb Plant. So there's a nice big picture of Caleb on the wall when I come in. And I'm gonna tell you guys something about Caleb. It's his love for the kids, because the kids in our gym absolutely love Caleb. What am I supposed to tell the kids in our gym? Man, to be honest with you guys, don't get your hopes up. Caleb's gonna fight Canelo. Canelo's the king of boxing. He's the king of the world. Nobody can beat Canelo. It's not even a point of even trying to beat him. So we're just gonna show up on November 6th, and he's gonna look real nice, and he's gonna put on a pair of boxing gloves, and he's gonna step in the ring, but nowhere in his mind does he think he's actually gonna shock the world and become the undisputed champion. I'm not telling those damn kids that, because
no one said that you're supposed to tell them that.
Exactly.
No, of course not.
They feel that you can. No, I get
those
it,
kids.
We ain't the kids. We adults.
They believe that it's gonna get done. But I'm not making my argument based off what the kids think. I'm happy that the kids are not biased and have not been tainted by watching ESPN all day or by watching major boxing reporter or journalistic sites that herald Canelo is number one of everything. I mean, look, I know Canelo has a great life. He's done a lot of fantastic things. This guy has an illustrious resume. He's fought a who's who of boxing. Like I said, if he hung up the gloves right now, first ballot Hall of Famer, and there's nobody actively boxing that I can think of that comes close besides Manny Pacquiao, who probably is retired. But I mean, I put Canelo, Pacquiao, like those guys are upper echelon, like they're top tier. They're like the Kevin Durant and LeBron James of boxing right now. And then you got a guy like Caleb Plant, who would be equivalent to like a Steph Curry when they were coming up on their first rise to try to take the throne. You know what I'm saying? They're coming up quick. Everybody's kind of checking for him, not really knowing what he's capable of. And he's going to show you guys. It's going to be with the jab. It's going to be with the jab, variations on the jab. He's going to steal the first couple of rounds. And then he's going to surprise you guys. He's going to have a couple of tricks up his sleeve. It's not like he's a one-way guy. Canelo's not a one-way guy. Canelo has a lot of tools in his tool bag. But all of the people on this panel, I know for a fact, in Canelo's last 5 fights, tell me, have you seen new wrinkles to his game? Or is it just the same old Canelo? He gets in there, it's a rinse and repeat format. You just plug in a different boxer and he's done the exact same thing. And I'm interested to hear what you guys think.
You know what? That is actually a very valid point. But again, it all depends on them, who's got the tools, who's got the arsenal to kind of, to one, crack the code or get him to go to that next level. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is a kind of like he's ticking it over. He's just coming in, he's basically like a bailiff, nicking the door down, listing all the goods that he's going to take, takes the goods and walk out. So yeah, that's kind of his performances have been like in these last few fights.
You know what I think it is? I'm going to tell you exactly what I think it is. How long has Caleb been out of the ring?
He fought earlier this year.
February, I think.
But how long? How many months?
I'm getting up to about 9 to 10 months.
How long has Canelo been out of the ring?
Well, that's it. He hasn't.
12 weeks.
That's the difference. That's the difference. Canelo is beating these guys because Canelo is getting more practice than these guys. He's fighting. Even if he's fighting Abney Yildirim or Callum Smith or Rocky Field and any of those guys, he is fighting. The only way you get better at fighting is to fight. When you having 10, 11, 12-month layoffs, you're not going to go in there and beat a guy who just came out of the ring 4 months ago. Especially if that guy is skilled. You're at a disadvantage. And that's the difference I see between Canelo and all these other guys. He's more active. That makes him better.
Well,
he's better anyway.
No, I think what's happened is he's sharper because of activity.
Yeah, he's sharp.
I mean, he'll have fought 4 times in like less than a year already.
I honestly,
but like some, people who are not fans of Canelo can always say, well, you know what, he's, is he gonna get some, is he gonna get the yips? Is he gonna get like burnout? You know what I mean? With all these fights.
Because he's saying he wants to fight in December after this fight.
That was back when the fight was supposed to go down in September. If the fight was down in September,
no. He said no. He's come out. He said that he would come out. He wants to fight in December after this.
Really?
Yeah, he said it yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That's wild. Yeah. So what Ken's saying, you may be pushing the boat out a little far there, son. It's not
bro.
1987. Yeah.
Hey, it's an old saying here. I don't know if you guys have it in the UK, but it's an old saying in America, right? If you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life.
Yeah, of course we say that.
Good saying.
Global. Yeah, we do say that, Shel. That's true, but they're still pushing the boat out a little far, man. Like you're gonna fight. That means you might be overlooking. You've definitely overlooked Caleb by saying that. Yeah, I'm gonna fight him next month after him, because this is gonna be easy. I'll get ready for him.
I would hope. I would hope with over, what's he got, 60 fights? Canelo got about 56, 57 fights?
57 fights.
57, isn't it? Yeah.
I would hope with 57 fights, you do not make the mistake of overlooking anyone.
Yeah, I don't.
Because if he does overlook Plant, he can't get beat.
I think that this is the first time that Canelo actually has a genuine animosity towards the person.
He said that yesterday. That's correct.
Because Caleb found a way to get under Canelo's skin. And I don't think Rocky Fielding got under Canelo's skin. I definitely don't think Avni Yildirim accomplished that. I don't think.
No, he said yesterday in the interview yesterday, he said he's fought, if I can remember, just through some translations, because that guy that talks to him, you know, the Mexican guy with the mole, I forget his name. He sometimes doesn't translate he misses out bits. And I'm like, yeah, he misses out bits, because Canelo was saying, like, I fought all different types of personalities, basically. Absolutely. But I fought all different types of personalities, but I've never had like bad blood like this, basically. Like,
but there's blood because
bomb squad people in the building. You always come when there's anyway. You know,
but why is there bad blood? Because
hello,
LadyChann.
Yeah.
Why is there bad blood?
He said because of the
drugs, isn't it? The drugs. He mentioned that he's failed drug tests.
Well, he took the drugs, so you know you're gonna have to live the rest of your career that people are gonna be able to mention that. You took the drugs, you know.
I mean,
but another thing as well was that the reason why Canelo can't take Caleb Park, you know, invariably you're not going to take a fighter that holds a title lightly, unless you're pork chop.
Yeah. I don't think he's overlooking him, but I don't know. He just said he wants to fight in December, so for me, that just shows like, all right, get rid of this guy. You're not my level, man. You're not my level.
Okay.
Remember what he said? You're not my level. Okay. November 6th, I'm going to show you, man. I'm going to show you. Okay. That's what he said.
You're going to see something special.
You'll see something special, my friend.
Yeah, you're going to see something
my
special.
Friend.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
So I just was listening like, okay. All right.
I got my sombrero on Amazon right now. I'm just waiting. I'm expecting them to delivery any day, and I'm gonna wear that thing. And I promise, when Caleb gets it done, I'm gonna la cucaracha, la cucaracha.
You better hope it's la cucaracha. You better hope it's la cucaracha.
It's gonna be a party. All of y'all are invited. Jack Daniels. We will be drinking Jack Daniels, Tennessee, Lynchburg lemonade. We will be drinking Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
So if y'all make it to Tennessee, shots on me.
If he loses, it's probably a rematch clause in the contract, so I have to fight him again.
There is. If Canelo loses, there is a rematch clause.
Hey, I don't care, about a second fight. If we beat them once, we've done exactly what
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Exactly, and they could fight a second time, and Canelo could get a stoppage. There's further down the line. There's more shows. There's more pre-fight debates and footage analytics and all of that stuff. What I'm talking about is this weekend, getting it done. And I also want to take a second to respond to some of your callers. The comments. One person said, "Oh, is this guy high?" Well, I haven't smoked the joint in a couple of hours, but I do kind of feel slightly, it's time for another toke or two. So I'm not quite as high as I could be, but I'm buzzing quite nicely. But that's not, that's not what's influencing my speech. Because if you have been listening to me talk, then I've been saying the same thing for months on end. Also, someone said that I compare Caleb to Steph. Yes, but not in terms of what they represent. Like Steph Curry, I mean, he's the most dangerous, accurate shooter in the history of the NBA, and that's a proven fact. That's not hypothetical. What I'm talking about was when Stephen Curry was making his ascension, and he was like, one year they made it to the playoffs. Second round was as far as they made it. Usually they were a first round out, but this one particular year, they were just, I mean, killing it, you know, and striking fear in their opponents because of their methods of winning. It was very unconventional. People couldn't really understand it because they hadn't really seen too much of that before. They never seen that type of efficiency on the court up until that point. And it just continued on. They went deeper into the playoffs, Western Conference Finals, ended up in the finals, ended up winning the NBA championship. And it was because of their marksman shooting, but they were not the type of guys that were talking about how great they were. So they weren't making headlines. They weren't out there tooting their own horn. They weren't out there drawing a lot of attention to themselves outside of their on the court exploits, which you could see the next day because people were just in astonishment. Like, I can't believe, I mean, seriously, in a lot of those games, I picked against the Golden State Warriors and they proved me wrong. So when I draw the comparison to like a Curry and a Plant, is based specifically off of nobody saw Caleb coming, just like nobody saw them coming at that time. Now, the Golden State Warriors, you know what to expect. They haven't won a championship in a few years, but you know what to expect. They're a dynamic shooting team. You cannot leave perimeter shooters open, and you have to respect each and every one of them because they have a team full of ball handlers. Now, after Caleb beats Canelo this weekend, people are going to start recognizing that Caleb is very effective with variations of his jab. He has very effective footwork, and he's the slickest.
He gasses out.
Well, hey, gas is
6 rounds. After 6 rounds, he's
My
finished,
man,
mate.
It's a real
my man, you better pray he doesn't get cut, because if he gets cut, boy, ooh, Canelo was.
Hey, this is boxing.
Pick an injury. There's boxing. A new one coming up for this weekend. The other dude, Callum Smith, got a bicep off the bone tear. Billy Joe Saunders, an orbital bone fracture. Pick one. What's going to happen for this geezer? Because there's going to be one.
Didn't he give Callum a hematoma on his arm or something?
Man.
Yeah, that's what he did. A hematoma on his arm. It kind of teared the bicep off the bone.
This is boxing. Bad. You got two men in the ring throwing solid objects at each other with intentions to destroy, maim, and massacre somebody.
But except one has got the power to do so and the other doesn't. So I'm just going with the guy that's powerful.
Are you not excited? I'm just saying, like, this is gonna be a good
I am excited.
show.
I'm totally excited. If Caleb Plant won, I wouldn't be pissed off. I'd be like, oh my God, go on. I'd be like that. But because
I need to put some money on this, man.
I'd be happy either way. I'd be like,
and the first person everybody gonna think of is this guy right here, because I told all of y'all.
No, because you're thinking that you're thinking that we dislike Caleb Plant and that if he won, we'd be sad because we're like Canelo fangirls and boys. No, none of us are like that here. Like I like Canelo, but I'm not like, if Canelo wins, cool. If Caleb Plant wins, cool.
Yes.
That's how I see it. I'm not like, it's not like he's my favorite fighter. If it was like, say, Anthony Joshua fighting, I want Anthony Joshua to win. I don't mind who wins here. It would be good to have an upset.
Yes. Caleb Plant beating Canelo is what's best for boxing.
Whatever's happened, good for boxing.
Caleb Plant Canelo Alvarez is what's best for boxing.
It's like what Chan was saying. We are just being objective and pointing out the strengths and weaknesses. See, the one thing I can say about most of us on this panel that I know from dealing with them for a while is that we don't really have emotional attachments to these guys. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is what's most important. I love the sport of boxing more than I love any boxer. Now we know that Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter. I got a $250 bet on Crawford on the 20th that he stops this guy before the 9th round. That's how confident I am in my favorite fighter. But if he loses, boxing will continue. I thought boxing was dead when Muhammad Ali retired. I was wrong. I thought boxing was dead when Sugar Ray Leonard retired. I was wrong. Boxing will continue. I don't have emotional attachments to these guys. I really don't care how much they make. None of that appeals to me. I just like to watch the fights. I want to see the best fight the best, and I'm just pointing out the ways Caleb could win, the ways Canelo could win. And since I've been watching this sport since 1969, I participated in this sport from 73 to 80. With what I think I know, my limited knowledge, it's going to be an uphill climb for Caleb to win this fight. Now, I'm not saying he can't win it, because he can. Anything can happen in boxing. But the smart money is on Canelo. That's all I'm saying.
And guys, I want to hear each. Tony, you can come through and say your stuff, because I know they had a grand opening. I was literally watching in the grand. I mean, arrivals before coming on here, and I didn't get to the part where they've all arrived. So I wish we'd have saw that before this live, actually. But we'll have to watch.
Hey,
that
Chan, was that the press conference?
It was, yeah. You know, like what Fury and Wilder did. You know, when they arrive at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that, and then they each go on the podium. But I think they was going to keep them separate due to what happened at the last presser. So I wanted that was just literally started as just before we went live. But guys, I want to ask you this question, Tony. You can hop on Tony's review. What I was going to say is, what happens? May as well start with James, or let's start with James because he's. We'll go around the panel. What happens if give you like 15? All right. What happens if Plant loses? Because in my opinion, he fades off into obscurity. Nobody will care about him again because he's got no belt. We didn't really care about him in the first place with a belt. So I don't know what happens. What happens when he has no belt?
It'll be business as usual in the super middleweight division. You'll have a clear and undisputed man, which will be Canelo. He'll be undisputed at that weight class, and it'll be interesting to see what direction he goes. As far as Caleb, I don't think it'll be the end, because Al Heyman has a great way of giving fighters secondary opportunities. You know, of course, I don't expect his next fight to be a $10 million payday, and I don't expect his next fight to be a pay-per-view. But with 10 million in the bank and worldwide promotion and support, excuse me, my son just came in. So yeah, with he'll have a lot of exposure, a lot of brand recognition that he did not have prior to the fight, which is what Caleb's been looking for. He's been looking for the big stage. So I think it'll be business as usual. I don't think Caleb will have an issue getting another fight. It'll just be against who. Chances are they might look to get him back into title contention in a different sanctioning body. I really don't know who he will fight next, but I don't think it will be the end of the world. And if you lose to Canelo, like, are you really a loser? Because I mean, there's Canelo, so you're not really a loser. You got a Canelo fight. You got the biggest payday of your life, probably. We're still talking about guys that Canelo decimated. Now, what they're doing now, I don't know what they're doing now, but I mean, I'm just saying, we're still talking about him. So he'll just be another one of those guys, and then everybody will just prop up the next guy. So I mean, that'll be whether it's Benavidez, whether it's whoever else that, you know, Bivol or whoever people want, you know, they'll just prop up the next guy. They'll be like, oh, Canelo, well, now you got to fight this guy. Now you got to fight this. And this will go on and on and on until Canelo either retires or somebody finally does what everybody wants to do and pulls off the defeat of Canelo, because when you're the king, everybody wants to see the king get knocked from his throne. So we won't have to wait much longer. We'll see that November 6th, and you know,
Kenny,
we'll see him get knocked off his throne.
Where does Plant go, Kenny? If he loses,
well, the thing is, you say, where's he go? You go, where is he's a former world champion. There's still fights out there for him. You know, obviously, it's, you know. Do
you see him doing having his biggest payday, like 10 million, lost the belt?
Yeah, but
do you really need to go and fight for 500? Do you really need to go and fight for 500 grand?
Yeah, but you say that, but you're saying, is he about the money, or is he about the guy who worked his nuts off to get that title, Why can't he work his nuts off to try and retain that title? You know, what I don't understand why you got one of the most beautiful things in boxing, which is a world title, and then you lose and you think, oh, that's all right. You know, is he an Eric Molina? Oh yeah, let me take a crack in the chin, go down, and I'm made for life. You know, his career's got to be more than that. You know, get back on the bike. You know, if not, or do the next best thing, win the bloody fight. Win the bloody fight and shut us all up. Well, people have written him off and, you know, shut the world. Shut the world.
I'm just saying, if he does lose, I just wanted to know.
Well, he hasn't lost yet. He hasn't lost yet. You know, the beauty of this panel is that we're giving him a fighting chance of winning his title, of, you know, like winning his title. And we're giving reasons why he could do it. You know,
let's go around the panel and who's got a percentage. Like, I want to see you lot's percentage of this fight. Like, you know, it's 50, 50, 60, 40. So, Kenny, what's your percentage?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm going 70-30. But I want to be proved wrong.
70-30, Plant or Canelo. 70-30, Plant or Canelo.
You struck me as a
70. Oh, come on. You know it's Canelo.
I'm just checking.
I wish I could have put a bet on DraftKings or FanDuel or MyBookie.com before he made their prediction. I just looked at him and I was thinking he's gonna say 70-30, and he did it. And there's gonna be somebody. One of the people.
You tell me.
One of the blocks. I want to hear everybody's prediction before I give mine. But one of the blocks on this screen, I got an inkling that somebody's gonna say it's a 80-20. Somebody might even say he's got a 0. It's 100% to 0. I don't think anyone up here is going to say 50-50.
No, well, wait, because I always say this, and I do need to chop this and edit it so I can put it as a separate prediction. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to Kenny, right? I'm going to get your percentage, your official prediction, Ken, right? And then I'll do the same around the whole panel, yeah? Because then I can have predictions out like I did with the last fight with whoever fought. Yeah. How many fights do we watch? A million. Can't remember, but it was someone. So Ken, let's go. And then all right, so 70-30, and then give your percentage at the end. So just give your whole breakdown of how you see this fight going. So I know it seems a bit repetitive because I know you did say it before, we all have, but just for the sake of my editing. Yeah, thanks, Ken.
No problem. Right, I'm going to go in terms of percentages. You've got to go 70-30. I predict that it won't be close. I think I'm going to give Canelo probably 6 rounds. I'm going to go 170, 111. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a knockdown and Caleb Plant's on the floor. And I just think that Caleb Plant will, you know, use his jab. He'll try and let his hands go, because, you know, in terms of like you know, try and throw a few combinations. He will catch Canelo early on, but I think Canelo, once he cuts the ring off and gets his eye in, I think Canelo's going to win it comfortably, and he may even, you know, like put him down in probably the 9th or 10th round. But I think Caleb Plant, being the champion that he is, will you know, he'll get off the floor, you know, do his best, but I still think unanimous points win for Canelo.
Got you, Kenny. Thank you for that. Let me exit out of solo layout. Piece of pugilism. Come through like a mile and woo if you want. Hiron, you know the link somewhere up there. You know you can come through. The links, just scroll up. The link's up there, babe. So we are now going to go to James Payne. No. We're not going to James first. We go round. Yeah. We go round.
This is the Brady bunch. So now we're going to keep
There's a story of a lovely lady.
Yeah.
All right. Right. So, Bold, we may as well just jump right in with you. Just give us your percentage. Give us your whole breakdown and your prediction. And we want it to be ended with a percentage. Let me just get this super chat. Myron, thank you so much. Boxing Logics United, $10 super chat. Guys, if you ain't checked out Boxing Logics United, he does it well and breaks down fights. And we usually are on panels together and we have a load of fun. So, Myron, thank you so much. You know you are welcome to be on, but just in case you just sent that, thank you. I'll take your money. I'll take your money. Thank you so much, Myron. But guys, go check out his channel. If you like it, I always tell you subscribe. So, okay, bold. So we need you to end with a percentage, like what Kenny did. So let's go. Solo layout in 3, 2, 1. Vamos.
Oh, it's on me. All right.
Yeah.
You just want me to give you a percentage?
We want you to do an official prediction. Thanks, Myron.
I think this is kind of tricky, man, because I think this is I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I think even if Plant was to win the fight, he's not going to win the fight. You know, and
James 50-50, he said. See?
No, I mean, like on a skill level, I think it's 50-50 on the skill level, because I think a lot of people underestimate Caleb Plant because of his resume, and just he has, based on his resume. But the guy got skills. He got real skills. It just, my major concern.
We need official prediction. Tell us how you think the fight's going to pan out. Everything. Go ahead. There's no.
But yeah, that's why I'm saying. I think even if Plant was to win, he ain't gonna win. So I think at the end of the day, Canelo's gonna win by decision.
Yeah, but how do you see the fight going through? Come on, Bold. Give us a bit more than that.
Okay. I didn't want to take up too much time. But
it's your official prediction because I'm going to put these out individually. Yes.
I think Caleb Plant could out jab him because Canelo has problems with somebody with a jab, like a real jab, and Caleb Plant has a real good jab. To be honest with you, now my only thing is, will Caleb Plant's conditioning hold up? That's the only question I really have at the whole, because I seen Caleb Plant get tired during fights, and I used to see Canelo get tired during fights. For some reason, he doesn't get tired anymore. But I just think with the experience that Canelo has, that might play a role into it. But I slightly favorite Canelo. I mean, I am going for Caleb Plant, but I slightly favor Canelo in the fight.
When you say favor, do you mean like a 60-40 favor, 70-30 favor?
Like I said, I had it 50-50, but the only reason why I slightly favor Canelo because, like I said, I think even
then it's not 50-50 then, Bold.
No, because I'm just looking at it like, what if it goes the distance? Like Caleb Plant outperforms Canelo. Is he going to win on the scorecards? Like we've seen this happen before. Triple G outperformed Canelo. He ain't went on the scorecards. It was a draw.
Myron, I'm with you. Man's predicted a robbery. I just wanted a prediction.
All right. I give it a 60-40 for Canelo.
Oh, you crazy.
Well, I mean, like I said, I just think if Caleb Plant win, he ain't gonna win. That's just my personal,
Yeah. So you think, but so is it 50-50 if you think Canelo's got an edge, or is the edge 60-40? Is the edge 55?
I think it's, yeah, we can say 55, 45. I mean, Canelo has more experience than Caleb Plant.
Got you. Hang on. So it's 55-45 Canelo, but there's no wrong or right answer. If you think Plant, because I know you like Plant. We've been talking about this for on and off for weeks, haven't we, Bold? So I know your stance with Plant. Still, I just want your true prediction. Yeah, you may feel that there may be a robbery that Canelo will not outdo Caleb and Caleb not get the decision. That's pretty. I don't know. Well, if that's what you think, that's a part of your prediction, to be honest, isn't it? Yeah. But do you think it's going to be a UD? Do you think it's going to points, unanimous decision, split decision, majority decision?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Probably gonna be majority decision.
MG. All right. So we're gonna go to AJ, AK Alex. Let's go. Let me get you on your solo dolo.
Hi.
You stupid.
I know. I'm dumb.
I can't
Okay,
hear
so
talking.
Go on.
Can you hear me now?
You're not.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, of course we can.
Okay, all right. Well, so you want my prediction and my percentage? Yes.
Yes, please. Just give us your whole breakdown and say as much as you want to say. There's no time. Say as much as you want to say and say as little as you want to say. Just say what you, how you feel the fight will go. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think the first, let me see. I think the first 2 to 3 rounds will establish how the tone and pace of the fight will go. Sheldon made an interesting point earlier that I was thinking of as well. If Caleb can't get Canelo's respect with his punches, then that pretty much will, dictate the pace of the fight. So if Caleb can't do that, then I see Canelo, because his fight IQ is also very high as well, and he's also very defensively sound as well. Because I'm quickly reminded of this in the Danny Jacobs fight. I think his defense was excellent in that fight. He made Danny Jacobs miss a lot of his punches with perfect head movement and just overall upper body movement. He also showed pretty good footwork in that fight as well. I believe it was very underrated. So I believe that if Caleb can't get Canelo's respect, Canelo's going to step up the pace in mid to late rounds. He's going to take it to Caleb's body, close off the distance, and eventually break Caleb down. Caleb will start to tire, and Canelo will probably stop him late. So my prediction is probably a 25-75 in favor of Canelo.
25. Sorry, let me just fire that down.
We're 75-25. 75-25 in favor of Canelo.
75-25. Canelo. What going? What stoppage? What stoppage? Or
late stoppage. Late stoppage.
Can you give us a round or two? Let us know.
I say 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
And also, I'd like to add that in case Caleb does lose, I hope he does so in a way that where like he kind of fought his heart out, he gave it his all, so his stock still kind of goes up in a way. So like even if he does lose, he still gets big opportunities after this. People still want to see him again, like it's just not over for him, because after like if he does lose, I'm sure he'll probably take time off for a bit, enjoy his millions, and then he'll probably make a comeback maybe next summer, maybe late next year or something like that. And it's just I just hope he loses in a way that he kind of gave it, he fought his heart out, and his stock still rises off just the back of that. So
coolio. Thank you for that. Shelton, you want to do a prediction?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me get you on solo dolo. There you go, Shelton.
Well, I'm actually going 65-35 Canelo. Because as I stated earlier, Caleb has all the tools to beat Canelo. I just don't know if he has enough sting in those punches to keep the guy off of him. If he can gain his respect and keep him back, he can definitely outbox him. But if he can't, Canelo is going to cut the ring off, corner him, pound the body, and knock him out. I think he stops Caleb Plant anywhere between rounds 9 and 11. 65-35, Canelo Alvarez.
Round 9 to 11. Got you, King. Gracias a ti. Okie jokes. Right. Solo layout. Exit. Thanks for that, King. Tony's review. What up, Doe?
What's going on? How you doing?
We here, man, in the building. What up? You know me, back at Mad Chann's platform. Thanks for joining us, Tony.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Do you want to do a solo breakdown and just say whatever you want to say and go into a prediction?
Yeah, I'll do a breakdown because I always do these after.
You always do that anyway. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. You go.
So first off, I want to say, Dillian White's about to knock out Tyson Fury. Oh, wait, that's not what we're talking about.
No, Tony.
Oh, my bad. I give this. You want me to do my percentage first or last?
Any way you want to do it, it's up to you. No worries.
95% sure Canelo knocks this dude the fuck out easily. 95% sure. And my predictions are very
easily
good. I have a very high prediction rating. So here's what I see.
Me too.
Caleb Plant has already shown me that his reaction time and his speed of punches is much, much slower than Canelo Alvarez. I saw that with my own two eyes at the press conference where Caleb got mad and tried to sucker punch Canelo. However, he didn't, and then he got a two-piece to his face, and he had no reaction to the two-piece. He didn't even know what hit him. So I already know Caleb does not have the reaction time to deal with the counter punches. What I know is Caleb likes to do a lot of feints. He relies on feints to set up his punches. However, the only way somebody's going to bite on a feint is if you can hurt them. The dude's got no power. Canelo, he's got a chin for days. He's not going to get hurt. If you can't hurt him, he's not going to bite on the feints. If he doesn't bite on the feints, he's going to walk to Caleb Plant. All that fancy dance is going to do no good whenever he doesn't bite on feints, and he just walks right through them. So this is what I see. Caleb Plant tires extremely bad after the 9th round. It's like all his energy completely dumps and he has nothing left. So if he can make it to the 9th round, he won't make it to the 12th because it's going to end from the 10th to the 12th, 100%. Well, excuse me, 95% sure. I watched Truax, who Truax is probably on the level of like Cesar Jr. give Caleb Plant the work, and he struggled to beat him. And I don't understand like why so many people believe in this dude. Like Canelo, also going back, and then I'm gonna end it here because I don't want to take up the whole time.
No, it's fine.
Canelo is masterful against taller fighters, especially guys in the 6'1" range, like Caleb Plant is. He had Daniel Jacobs, Rocky Fielding, Cesar, who I brought up. He's really tall with Lee Smith. He is very, 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 very proficient and knows how to fight tall fighters, and they don't know what to do with him because he gets underneath them. So I got Canelo by knockout, 95.25%, and there's nothing Caleb could do. And I'm gonna say this: that's if Canelo wants to knock him out, because Canelo might just beat his ass up the whole time and not try to knock him out and just hurt him the whole fight.
So are you going with a specific round, or are you going by decision?
No, he's getting knocked out. He's getting knocked.
What round? Give me a round.
Oh shit! I don't even know if he can make it to the 9th. Fuck. Let me play this in my head.
Go ahead.
Come out. He's gonna do feints. Canelo's gonna bite on him until he gets hit one good time in the first round. Then by the second round on, he's gonna quit biting on the feints. He's gonna get home to it. Third round, he's gonna start catching them. Fourth round, Canelo's go into fight mode. I'm there. 8th to 9th round, he's gonna knock him the fuck out.
KO 8th, 9th round. That was a great breakdown, Tony.
Sorry for
man. Bravo.
No. You can take as long as right. No, everybody can
my
take
own video.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Tony.
But if you want, Tony, you can. You can take this and use it.
Hey, Tony. I just want to say something, man.
You can, if you want to take this, if you can take this as your prediction and put it on your channel if you want, just in case, or add to it if you want. No worries.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
I just want to say something, man. Did you actually use the press conference to predict the fight?
No, I did not.
I thought I was like,
no, but you can.
No,
there's no shame in that because I damn well would have. You haven't heard what I've got to say yet, so you know.
What I'm telling you about the press conferences, if I'm standing in your face and I go to sucker punch you, I'm gonna fucking hit you. You're not gonna get out the way. Canelo got out the way in 2-piece, Caleb, and he had no idea what happened. The dude he's outclassed. He is outclassed and he's talked too much and he's gonna get hurt.
Myron, okay, Myron. So you are going for Plant to beat Canelo. Oh, I didn't know that, Myron. Oh, Myron, have you confused me, or are you mucking about? Because I really don't know. I don't know now. See, these guys are all trying to bamboozle me and be like, "Yo, we think Plant's gonna win." I thought
hey,
Myron,
Tony, you got a channel, right?
Centos, Plant. Cool.
Yeah.
Got ya.
It's Tony's reviews.
So let me tell you this. Let me tell you my last prediction. My last official prediction was Usyk winning on the scorecards against AJ, and he beat him exactly how I said he was gonna beat him.
Yeah, you was right.
Like a crystal ball.
Yeah, you was right with that prediction.
Predictions.
Well, I got to go to your channel, bro. It's Tony's reviews.
Tony's reviews. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Just like,
Okay. I'm gonna check that out, man.
He breaks them down. Tony, the only thing I'd urge you is to make videos a bit longer. Don't like these 45-second ones.
What?
Some of them are 45 seconds. Let's get a bit more, yeah? Because you'll start to your revenue will start to build up. YouTube don't like 45 seconds. They won't recommend your stuff when it's like that. Unless you're doing 45 seconds and getting like 50,000 views. You understand? I'm like, just as I'm getting into it, I'm gone. I'm like, no, you robbed me of a minute. You didn't even get to a minute 20.
it's because right now I'm out of town and I'm in a hotel.
Oh, got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's better to hear a little than none. No, I'm with it. Okay, Lisa Bell's in the building. Let's go, sister. Hey, sister, go, sister. Better get that go, sister. So, sister, go. Let's go, sis.
I have Canelo winning 70-30 the percentile.
Yeah.
And that's because Caleb is working with other people, experienced people who's in his corner. So I see Caleb trying to come in more on angles this time. But I see Canelo eventually figuring him out, walking him down as far as closing the distance off, as I said before, because he uses that left foot front foot heavy. I predict between round 7 and 10 stoppage. Not sure how. Maybe the body shots from Canelo will eventually slow Caleb down.
Hang on, sorry, sis. Can we keep it to a 2-round maximum thingy? Because 7 to 10 is 3 rounds. I want to either 7 to 9 or 8 to 10. Because I think I want to keep the spans a bit tighter, so it's a better
7 to 9.
7 to 9. Got you, sis. Got you. Just writing them down. Go ahead, Liz.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just predict the body shots will slow him down eventually, and Caleb will put up a valiant effort. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that there's levels to this as far as experience and and who he's been in there with, and I just think that Canelo will eventually stop him. How? Could be body shot, or it could just be an accumulation of just hard punches.
So it's going to be a stoppage, you're saying, innit? Round 7. Do you think
I believe TKO or KO. Yeah.
Got you, sis. I'm just writing everything down. You finished?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, sis. That was we always like to have, you see, the girls. We on shit. Okay, so we had Bold. We've had everybody except for James and myself. So James, you will go first before me. So
everybody's went.
Yeah, everybody's went. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it's you, Solo Dolo.
Scarface no Malolo.
No.
So I stand alone, and it's just fine with me.
You don't. No, you don't. Bold said he kind of was with you.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, indecision is a decision just the same. So,
True.
And he still favors Canelo slightly.
True
with a smidget, but he's rooting for Caleb. So, well, as I've been saying for months, I am a Tennessee native, a Tennessee resident, proud Tennessean. And, we support our champions. We root for our brothers and our sisters that are in the trenches with us. So for me, I know the odds are stacked against homeboy Caleb. You know what I'm saying? The odds are stacked. Everybody gave their predictions. Hey, and might I say, the panel, you guys have very sound judgment. Your breakdowns visually, I could visualize everything that each one of you was saying. It was like I was watching the fight in my mind, and I could definitely see all of those as potential outcomes. But just like Doctor Strange in Marvel's movie, I believe it was No, it wasn't end game. It was Infinity War. Was it Infinity War? Or was it end game when he said there was only one way? He saw 14 million different scenarios, and there was only one scenario in which they could get the dub. And even that required taking a few losses and a few lumps on the chin, but ultimately the dub was to be had. Canelo has a plethora of ways that he can win this fight. He's definitely has the skill, and he definitely has, I would say, the experience aspect, being he's been learning on the job since he was 15 years old. My reason for thinking that he is going to lose this fight is not based off of anything that Canelo can or cannot do in the ring, because he's shown us he can do quite a few things. And I feel like the Floyd loss in the two fights with Triple G made Canelo into a upper echelon type of fighter. In both of those fights I've saw, or in both or those three fights, I've seen Canelo make dramatic improvements. He learned a lot from Floyd, whether he'll admit it or not. He learned a lot from those two fights with Triple G. So he is a phenomenal fighter. And, it would be easy and it would be going with the crowd for me to say Canelo's going to get it done. And thank you guys for suggesting those rounds. I might have to put a dollar or two. I know this kind of sacrilegious, but I might have to put a dollar on two.
Why not, eh?
10 rounds or less stoppage, you know what I'm saying? If my heart gonna be broken, I might as well be counting a little better while
May as well make money while it's breaking.
While I'm licking my wounds, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, I am definitely going Caleb Plant. I see it. You want a ratio on that? I mean, I'm gonna give it 50-50 because I'm going for Caleb. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think that Canelo definitely has all of the advantages in his favor. It's gonna be in Vegas. Canelo is very familiar with fighting in Vegas. I expect him to have a majority of the crowd in his hands. I expect the judges. I don't think that Canelo will have to do as much to win rounds as Caleb will have to do to steal rounds, if that makes any sense to anybody. Now, with that being said, I expect the fight to go the distance. I don't think that Canelo's going to be stopping Caleb this weekend. I expect the dog in Caleb to be the reason for that. I think that even if Caleb went out there and got the dog shit beat out of him, he'll still be standing at the end of that fight. Now, with that being said, I expect Caleb to get started very early. I expect Canelo to try to come out very early as well, unconventional from some of his previous fights. I expect him to try to come out, and what he's going to see is that Caleb is not as slow as he thought he was at the press conference. It's going to be a little bit faster, and he's going to be changing up the rhythm of that jab. He's going to be giving him some medium or mild speed jabs, and then all of a sudden it's going to be just flashes of jabs coming from different angles and different. He's just going to get them off in different ways, and they're going to be more than one. It's not going to be one singular jab. It's going to be more than one. I see him doing it for the first 5 rounds of the fight and winning at least 3 of those 5 rounds. Round 6, I expect Canelo or Eddie Reynoso is going to be very insistent with Canelo that he picks up the pace and begins to be very aggressive with Caleb. And this is where we're going to see a transition in the fight. And you're going to see Canelo pick up some of these middle rounds as Caleb is trying to adjust to the aggression that Canelo is going to be bringing. Then I expect Caleb to win probably those last 2 rounds, like the 9th and the 10th, maybe giving up 3. So right now, they will see if he takes the first 3, last 2, that would be 5. And that would be, that would be what, 5-4. So there would either be a 5-4 or there would be either a 5-4 or a 6-3 going into the 10th round. I expect Canelo to win that 10th round, and I expect Caleb to win the last 2 rounds, winning that fight. Will it happen that way? Possibly not. I've heard people say that they have concerns about Caleb's gas tank. I have 100% confidence that Caleb has had enough time, enough of a training camp. He knew that this was coming. Conditioning is something that they have been focusing on, working on to improve his conditioning for this one fight. I mean, this is his time to shine. Eminem had a very popular song called Lose Yourself in the Moment, and I think we're gonna see another white boy by the name of Caleb Plant absolutely lose himself in the moment, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing to watch. He is going to box better than he's ever boxed in his life. He's going to float around the ring like there are two small angel wings on the side of his boxing shoes. It'll be similar to looking at the Goodyear commercial with the angel wings on the gladiator sandals. I mean, he's gonna be floating around that ring. He's gonna be throwing punches from so many different angles. It's gonna be just beautiful to watch, and he's gonna win on the scorecards. A very tight decision because Canelo's not gonna get blown out on the scorecards, even if it's visually evident that he didn't do enough. But I expect it to be tight on the scorecards with a split decision victory for Caleb Sweet Hands Plant, the first undisputed champion from the state of Tennessee. We are going to throw the biggest party parade in Caleb's honor. He's going to get a king's return when he returns to Tennessee. And then he'll go on to do bigger and better things, possibly a rematch with Canelo where I don't give a damn what happens because he's going to get this one and he's going to win. So that's my prediction.
Great
Those
stuff.
are my ratios.
James.
Sentos wants to know where you're from in Tennessee because he's from Tennessee as well. So
I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Right now, I live, train, I reside and train in Middle Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee area, and my home gym, the gym that I train out of and get their work in is Music City Boxing, which was founded by none other. Well, one of the founders, but one of the founders was none other than Caleb Sweet Hands Plant. So I'm a little biased over here.
Hey, James.
Yeah, he's from Tennessee as well, so that's why. So it's all right. Okay, Shann's.
Hold on, lady. Hey, James.
Yeah,
just
Tony.
make sure for that party you got some backup pinatas for who wins.
Some pinatas. Hey, we definitely can we can put pinatas up. We can I mean at Walmart, I left Walmart not too long ago. They got the little green horses. They got green horse pinatas and they got dinosaur pinatas. I didn't see any boxer pinatas. It'd be nice if they had like a little Canelo style pinata with the tattoos and stuff that we could get the kids at Music City Boxing to hit with the stick and knock the candy out. We got some leftover Halloween candy over there, some little Starburst or Skittles. We could fill it up. We'll probably put some Mexican candy in there, some Mexican candy.
Hey,
get the
James.
knock
Hey, James.
out.
All right, no, wait, AJ, it's my turn to predict.
Good.
So
Go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, let me just run through the, I don't know, solo layout. Do I really need one? Yeah, I do. Okay, so as predicted, so when he was going to fight Billy Joe Saunders, a fellow Brit, slightly better resume, if in my opinion, than Caleb Plant. But I gave Billy Joe Saunders a 20% chance of beating Canelo. As we saw what happened, it was round 8. At the end of round 8, didn't come out for round 9. So, so pros. I have been looking at a bit of Caleb Plant's jab. Very impressed with the jab. He doubles up, he triples up, he quadruples up. I like it. Canelo's big problem is fighters that move, fighters that dance, fighters that stay on the balls of their feet because Canelo is flat-footed. But they both have gas tank issues. This is the thing. On the gas tank business, they both kind of flail mid-rounds. But the difference is with Canelo, he's usually, by the time you're flailing, he's already got a few rounds in the bag. Okay, so like I said, movement is a pro for Caleb. If he wants to beat Canelo, he's going to, I'm just going to revert back to the old school stick and move. You do not have the power. He doesn't have the power to keep Canelo off him. He just doesn't. His knockout ratio is very low. I won't go into box rec to retrieve it because everybody unanimously knows that his power is not there. But he does have fast hands. I don't know if they're sweet, but they're fast, isn't it? Like I said, Canelo is flat-footed, so he does have problems with fighters that move. Lara, Triple G is, I wouldn't say he's ballsy either, Triple G, but Triple G's got power. So unless you've got power for him to respect, it's not going to be respected. So how I see this going, round one, Caleb's going to look impressive. He's going to be quick, coming out with that jab, whoop, 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 whoop. You know, when they do that little semicircle, whoop, 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 go around them, quadruple it up. You know that jab, Kenny. You know that show-off jab. Whoop, whoop,
I know
whoop,
that
whoop.
one, yeah.
Yeah, he'll come and do that. He'll look impressive. Probably he'll go to Canelo's body. Different levels of the jab. Like what James said, I totally agree. Head, middle, downstairs, upstairs, mix it up. Canelo will look a bit red and a bit frustrated. Hang on, who's gone? Is everybody still there? I think Kenny dropped off somehow. Kenny, you disappeared. I'll keep on going because I know you'll be back. 1 second. Kenny, you made me have to stop my thing and put it in. Let me just put you in there. God damn. Okay, let me just put that in there just in case you can't find the link, Ken. It's in the chat. So, yeah. So I think the first 2 to 3 rounds, you'll see Plant looking quite exceptional, full of life. Then we're going to see into round 4. This is where the adjustments start to happen. This is where we see Saul Canelo Alvarez adjust. So then now what he's going to have to do is stop Plant from running around. Amazing at cutting off the ring. We all know this. So amazing at setting up traps. So he'll make you feel that he's going one way and totally go another way. He'll make you feel that he's moving you in this direction, but really you'll think that you're moving in that right, that you'll think you'll clock him doing the traps and then move in the direction that he actually does want you to move in. Yeah, that's Canelo 57, 58, 58, 1 and 2. Plant has never seen such a person. Canelo's seen Plants when he was 17 and 18 and 19 years old. He was already had 40 pro fights by the time he fought Floyd Mayweather. So you think he hasn't seen a Caleb Plant? Okay, we'll move on swiftly. So mid-rounds, you'll see Canelo starting to load up on the punches, volume, body shots now. Now he's going to start winding Plant, because I don't know what Plant looks like taking those types of body shots, because I've seen the comparison of them working out on the bags and Canelo's bags when he's doing those hooks to the bodies and uppers to the bodies. Looks terrible. Horrible fighter, but in a good way. He's a horrible fighter. I don't know if your dude's going to be able to take that, James Payne, but if he does, it'll be something new. If he is able to take these types of shots and recover well and stick and move, we may be seeing and the new. You may. But the probability of this, guys, I think that he's going to start flailing. 6th round, Canelo's going to start warp speed now. You know them Star Trek ones, warp speed number 8. Cumulative punches. Don't know where it's coming from. As Caleb slows down, Canelo gets his second little wind and speeds up. Head, body. Canelo is spiteful with his punches. Wherever he feels that it's hurting, where he can see that you've got a weak point, don't bleed. Caleb Plant, don't you dare bleed. Wherever you bleed from, that's where it's going to be targeted. Wherever you bleed from, mate. Yeah, and he's going to pick him off. And guys, unfortunately, by round, I was going to give him, I was like, he's going to get him out before Billy Joe.
Wow.
But I'm going to give it a 2-round span, because like I've asked everybody, usually sometimes I give it a specific round, but I want to give it a 2-round span. I think there's going to be a stoppage between rounds 8 and 9. That's where I see it. It's going to be the same as but Billy Joe Saunders quit on the stool, but it was a round 8 where he quit at the end of round 8, right? So between round 8 and 9, there's going to be a stoppage. And what is my percentage? My percentage is, this is definitely a 70-30 fight.
Hey, Chan.
That is
LadyChann.
Chann's prediction.
Sorry, guys. I'm running out of battery, so I'm going to have to say goodbye
Yes,
to
Kenny.
my
Thank
good
you for
friends.
coming.
All right, Ken.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much,
you, man.
Nice
Ken.
to meet all of you
Big
guys.
round. I will put the
I hope
predictions
it's a
up.
party in Tennessee. And
Yeah, that we've
I
got
just
to go
have to
to.
join
Book
you
it.
guys virtually if it happens.
Virtually,
I really
we
hope
can't
it
book no
happens.
flights, can we, Ken? I know we can't book no flights. We're
No,
allowed
not
out
at all.
really
Not
like
to the
that.
United States. They see us as one of the red countries anyway.
Yeah, so we're not allowed out.
See ya.
Thanks,
Hi.
Ken.
You good,
See
man?
you later.
See ya.
Thanks, Ken.
See
I'll
ya.
speak to you later, right? Thank you.
That's a beautiful little boy in
See
there,
you
brother.
later, Ken.
I know. I know.
Hey,
So that's where I am with my little Chann's prediction. And that's where I'm going.
I'm gonna add a little bit of topics to my prediction. I guarantee y'all that when Caleb gets his post-fight interview, he'll be crying.
Hey, Chan. You know,
That's
like,
a bold prediction.
hey, Chan, you ever seen that movie Jaws? I mean, wait, let me finish. You ever seen that movie Jaws? I think when Caleb gets hit by Canelo with a body shot, he's gonna go on. That music is gonna play in his head. Dun 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 dun.
That one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you to the chat. Thank you in the chat. Thank you in the chat.
Yep, there we go. So yeah, jokes aside, I hope we've hang on, what it says. Jokes aside, I hope we're treated to a great night of boxing. That's all we care about, really, to be honest.
I'll both guys come to fight and we get a good fight. That's all.
Yeah, and I know he's coming to fight. I've not once said he's coming to quit or lay down, but that's Shani's prediction, and that's where I stand or where I sit with
Very
that.
good. You got to do predictions like that more often, LadyChann.
I know. I used to when I first started my boxing channel, I used to do just like to myself, like record myself doing these kind of breakdowns. And as it started getting more busy, I stopped doing like more in-depth breakdowns to a degree and got just listen to.
Hey, who's on that undercard? Is that undercard pretty good?
The undercard is trash. We don't know anybody.
It's doo-doo.
It's garbage. It's a Canelo. It's a Canelo picked some guys that he knew when he grew up and threw them on a card. It's trash.
And gave them all like $600 to share.
Yes, I'm streaming this one.
$100 a fight between them. That was it.
You know.
Yep, that was it. But guys, we have come to the end of this 2 hours and 13-minute show. I want to give everybody a round of a fucking applause. James, you have to say where they can find you, as we normally do. We carry that through here. And anybody that's a content creator, I give them the same platform to do that. So, James Payne.
Is my
Go ahead.
name, partner. How about you?
We got to do some bits and pieces. I keep telling you, we will do it. And there's some voice things anyway, but I'm sure I'll speak to you later anyway.
Well, first and foremost, I would like to say, LadyChann, cheerio. Thank you so much for the lovely opportunity to join your panel and have some hardcore boxing talk with hardcore boxing fans. It has been an absolute honor and a privilege. You can find me on Instagram at James Payne Lethal. You can also find me on Twitter. That would be the Bluebird, James Payne Lethal. And also, I'm trying to start a YouTube channel. I got a YouTube channel, but right now the only thing on it is like my music, and I really haven't done much talking or boxing analysis. So I'm still trying to figure out where I want to go with it. But you can find me on YouTube at James Payne Lethal. So
yeah, start your channel. You have to be do a channel, Jay.
You know, so I
some content on there.
I'll think about it, try to get some content up and try to get this thing going. But I appreciate the opportunity and the invitation once again. It's been
always welcome.
Pleasure. And your panel, I think they influenced me to put a couple of bucks on a 10 round or less stoppage, but it just, I just hope that doesn't happen. I hope that there's a bet that I won't need to cash in on. So
yeah, I'm gonna bet tomorrow. I'm waiting for Ness to give me I'm gonna bet. I'm even gonna bet that Plant wins as well. So I'm gonna do the same thing, like the opposite way. We got to do it.
He's a plus 600.
Yeah, got to do it. You are more than welcome at any time to be on the panel. I'll always, whenever I'm on my shows, even if you don't see, but we're always kind of like together now, aren't we? Like I see you nearly every day now, don't I, Jay? So if you see me live and you see, you can always jump on. But when I do constructed panels, I'll always reach out, and you're always welcome. But you're always welcome just to jump on like everybody else does. So yeah, it's amazing to have your point of view, someone that is from the opposite kind of, not side, but someone that likes a fighter that different to some of us or myself. So it's good to have a more all-rounded, you know, panel, and that's what I always like. So massively appreciate it. If you win, we all win. Boxing wins. You know, they always say that. Yeah, so I'm good with whoever wins. It's going to be amazing. I think I'll be calling it. Are you going to be calling it with us with Ness? Because I'm calling it with. I'm not calling it on my channel.
I wasn't invited to the party, but I mean,
oh no, you were invited. You're invited.
If that is an invitation to the
you're invited.
Party, I mean, hey, you know, I'll be more than happy to.
Yeah, come through. You're invited. Of course, you're invited. Your family.
You know, I'd be more than happy to have a cold one on deck and do some boxing talk with you guys, and you know, if y'all don't mind hearing me scream in celebration when Caleb upsets the world and does it, you know, I won't say I told you, so I just might just smile a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
I won't say
I was on there when AJ lost, and I'd been doing all right. Look, guys, I'm here. Like it's all good. It's no, you're of course you're welcome to call it.
And on the opposite end of the coin, if he doesn't get it done, hey, I eat my crow like a man, you know. And
it's not even eating crow. It's not about losing. It's sometimes how they lose. If he's going to put a good account of himself, I hope and I pray. So as long as he puts a good account of himself, it's not. You don't have to eat no crow.
Now, November 6th, they got to break the spatula out to scoop my guy playing off the mat. Now, if that happens, I might do.
You be eating crow.
I might do the show like with the hood on or something. I might have to go get the skull cap and do the ski mask or something. Just do the show with the ski mask on, because you know I don't expect that. I don't expect, you know, us to be breaking out the spatula on November 6th. That's why we watch. That's why we tune in, because this is a fight. Well, anything can happen, and the unexpected can happen, and expect the unexpected. I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
Thanks, Jay. Thank you massively. Tony, tell them where we can find you, and are you going to be on camera more?
I'm rarely ever on camera. Maybe not. Who knows what the future holds? But what I will say is what I said earlier. I can see Caleb Plant crying as they give him the post-fight interview about how he got knocked out. I really believe he's going to cry. And that's part of my prediction. Seriously.
Yeah, I think you're right. He may cry. He may drop a few
tears. He'll be pouting as he's talking. But you can find me at Tony's Reviews. It's TONEY_S Reviews. It's where I do my predictions. Like always, I appreciate you letting me on. Thank you very much. So
always welcome, T. You know this. Always welcome. Your family. Always welcome.
Yeah. The thing I want to say is Dillian White about to whoop that ass. Tyson Fury getting knocked out.
Yeah, I know. Well, we do a show on that last week, Tony. Did we? Was you here?
I don't think so.
We did Dillian White, Tyson Fury. You came, but I think you came through. Yeah, you came through, then you jumped off, and we had Broadway Joel on here as well. We had a couple of cats. I think we did. Go look. Yeah, we had White. We did. We had White, Waleed. Yeah, I think it was fresh that while he was just leaving the Waleed thing. We didn't know if it was going to be Fury for show, but we'll do another catch-up show on that anyway, and get us all in on the panel on that. So I'm here every week with the weekly wrap-up show. So whatever happens in the week of boxing, we cover anyway. So I'll be here. Also, I got an interview with a female fighter tomorrow, but a female amateur fighter. She's into mixed martials. So I met her on TVV. She'll be coming tomorrow.
I've got an interview coming up too. Like,
have you too?
Yeah, I've never done an interview before. I've never reached out to people to do one because I think fighters off. But it was a fight that happened over on Top Rank's card. It was a guy named Dakota Linger, and I felt he got robbed against Gonzalez. And I made a video about it, and I guess his coach hit me up. He saw it, and then I guess they're gonna jump on my live.
What day is that?
I don't know. I can work that out. I'm gonna call them on Monday because like I'm out of town right now. So whenever I get out, I'm gonna call and see when they want to do it and work out the details.
Well, kind of let me know when you got that, and then I'll put it up on my community page and have it up. All right.
Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. Shelton Kingmore. Shelton probably asleep now. Shelton watching basketball. Lisa Queen Buzzo.
I'm here. Hey.
Thanks, Shelton, for coming
Chan. Thank you so much for having me. You know, you can find me at New Media Today USA or on Chann's channel. I hop around though. Yep. Just love to talk boxing, love the sport. Nice meeting James. Great boxing mind. I appreciate your info, brother, and your knowledge. And it's a great day. I hope we have a great fight. You know, everybody else on the panel, you know how we do. I'll see y'all soon, man. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you, Shelton. And I want to say thank you to Boxing Logic and Lisa for the super chat. Paul Evans for the super chat. Everybody who super chatted as well. Lisa Queen Bizzle's in the building. Tell me what up.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Queen.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, LadyChann. You know, always an pleasure to the chat, to the panel. Thank you, panel. May the best man win this weekend, and looking forward to the fight. And Undisputed is on the line, so that's we'll have a clear champion.
Yeah, we will, and that's what we care about: the sport of boxing and Undisputed. We wherever we can get it, we want it, right, sis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Bold in the building. Tell them where we can find you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming as well, B. You know you're always welcome. Family as well.
Oh yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I have YouTube channels, Bold and Understanding. I got just a couple of boxing content on there where I give my opinion as objective as possible. I don't hate, because I know sometimes when you give a breakdown on a certain fighter, if that's their favorite fighter or whatever the case is, and they feel like you hate and they just call you a hater or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, I respect all fighters. I like the sport more than anything. So if y'all just happen to come around to Bold and Understanding, it's not even a big channel. I only got like 60-something subscribers on there, but
we building.
Yeah, just doing a little something. But other than that, I appreciate you having me on the show, and everybody on the panel. I appreciate y'all input and everything. That's all I got.
You're more than welcome. And who else is at the bottom? That is AJ. Did I already say bye to you? Did I? My memory's failing me.
No,
AJ,
I'm still here.
AJ, thank you for coming. You are familiar. Thank you for coming, and you tell them where they can find you. You always with the clicks. You're with all of us, aren't you, eh? We love you.
No problem, you too. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me on. And I just I don't have a channel, but I just jump on the lives from time to time, and this one included. And Chad, I just had a quick question for you, just right quick. About the StreamYard website. I noticed that like when you go live sometimes, like you're able to allow people to get on without putting a link in. Do I have to have an account for that, or how's that work?
Oh, do you know why that happens? Because I actually have their personal details. If you want to leave me, your in the chat, you want to leave me your phone number and I add you on WhatsApp or whatever, then that's it.
Okay. So that's how you do that.
Yeah, we literally have each other's numbers or emails or like that. It's either email or a number. So you can leave it in the private chat, whatever way that you want to correspond, and I'll parlay.
Okay, okay, cool. But you use an app to do that, or you use WhatsApp, or?
Yeah, do you know WhatsApp on your phone? If you download a thing called WhatsApp, it's like a messenger, and it's free. It has video calling as well. As long as the other person has it, it's free. It's free.
Okay, got it.
And you leave voice notes. So leave your
I'll leave my number in the chat for you.
Yeah, leave it now so I can jot it down before I sign out. But yeah, leave it. Yeah, leave that now. And
okay,
I'll do that. Yeah, leave that now. And anyway, I'll say bye to whoever. But thank you, AJ. Yeah, leave that now, and then I'll speak about it with you afterwards. But yeah, so okay. I've got you. That's the best. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, but that's the way they Oh, I already got it without me leaving it in the chat. So big up to Paul Evans in the building. Héctor Garcia, mi hermano, mi cariño. Buenas noches. Gracias. Muchos besos. Bendiciones para ti. AJ Fanboy in the building. Candice, did we have a woman? Candice, I didn't see you. Queen, you got to make sure you come again because we need more queens in the building. Thank you for joining us, Candice. Sorry I didn't see you there. And you're always welcome to come on panel whenever you want to come on panel. I do see you in the comments, Queen. Massively appreciated. The more women in the sport, the better it is because, you know, everything's about balance. John Special in the building. Sammy Ali in the building. Santos in the building. I can't even pronounce your name. Sorry. Zach. Oh, is it Zach? I'll just call you Zach. Zach in the building. I want to give shouts out to Coach Malachi Williams, New Media Today USA Boxing. Everybody go and subscribe to Malachi if you haven't subscribed to him as yet. There he is. New Media Today. Yeah, John B. I know I've missed people. Myron, Boxing Logic, go and subscribe. As you heard, everybody over here, James Payne, we got AJ, we got Bold and Understanding. Yep, we got Egg Shape Form. You make me laugh. Egg Shape, big up you. Paul Evans, big up you. Toby Bartlett. I know you had to go to work. Johnny Blaze in the building. Boxing Pound for Pound in the building. There you are, Boxing Logics United. Thank you for coming through and thank you for the super chat. Dago 619 Cali Factor, thank you for coming through. And Bomb Squad Nation or somebody came through. There's a few. I can't scroll any further up because time is gone. So, you know what we do? What it is? I say, hey girl, it's LadyChann. Oh yeah, I got to do it right, don't I? Anyway, I'm gone. Hey girl, it's LadyChann, none less. Come box with Chan. Gone.
LadyChann. Fight.